Vegeta, what does the scouter say about their subscriber count?
It's 9,010.
Wait, so you mean...
Yes, Nappa. It's over.
It's over?
It's over 8,000!
What eight? Wait, what?
There is a story so strange in its implications that it defies ordinary classification.
I don't care if you still hungover from New Year's Eve. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Brothers, coming to you live and direct from the stack. Smoke me out, fam, with that dang shit on my left and my right. Kronos.
Happy New Year with no S.
Old Ninja should be en route, parking and jumping. Oh, he's coming through the door right now as we speak. God damn it, late as fuck, but he up in this bitch. We got a 3-person circus up in here. It's New Year's Day. God damn it.
That it is. I hope everybody survived New Year. I hope if you have resolutions, stick to them. You know, because most people they don't.
Nope.
Just keep it rolling. You know what? The best thing is just don't have resolutions. Just whatever you want to start something, just fucking start it.
There you go.
Don't wait till fucking Monday. Don't wait till the 1st. Don't wait till whatever. Just fucking what's in your head. Just fucking start it.
Do it.
No excuses.
And then do it again the next day.
Yeah.
Just keep doing it.
Keep it rolling.
Holy shit. Old Ninja, what you got?
I'm Old Ninja, and this is 2020.
He reintroduced his fucking self.
Back to you, Old Breaker.
Oh my
Look at
god.
listener of the week. Give me
All right.
one moment here. And it is, I think it's, nope, that's not the person. It is user 369248073. And also, Jesus, Aftab Khan. That's not hard to say. Aftab. I can say that.
What's up?
Yeah, we appreciate you listening.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
We got somebody in Ecuador listening. A couple people in Ecuador listening.
Love that shit.
That's
You know
awesome.
what I mean?
We're international. Yeah.
International as a motherfucker. Old Ninja, I don't know if you're prepared because you are just storming up in here, but are you ready to pour out malt beverages or what?
Yeah. Actually, I might defer part of this to you because you know this person more than I do.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to pour out some Mad Dog 2020 for the 2020 for David Stern, former NBA commissioner of the NBA.
Yeah.
I know he did some like outreach work a little bit. To me, he's just another rich white dude getting paid watching brothers jump.
How terrible. Yeah, so he was the commish for 30 years, 84 all the way to 2014. He made the NBA an international must-watch TV sport, basically. So
was he the one that was lobbying for NBA players to play in the Olympics, or was that before him?
that was during his tenure as commish. So the
then
Dream
that was-
Team, 92.
That shit is so fucking unfair.
Yeah.
Them not playing or playing?
Them playing, it's like
Yeah,
it's fucking unfair.
Before
What?
they were using college students.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely were, and they got beat a few years.
Yeah, but it's when they got beat, it's usually by other NBA players were on the teams too.
Yes, there are some NBA players, but I will say this: prior to the Dream Team, there weren't nearly as many like international superstars, coming from foreign places and doing well in the league, But Dream Team, certainly made the sport more popular in Latin America, Europe, Africa, and Asia. And
A lot of European.
yeah, that was huge. That was in Barcelona back in '92.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, so
Remember the one in Atlanta when they had
96.
that? I was
Yeah.
watching when that fucking bomb went off.
Yeah.
It was crazy because I used to be. I was an athlete. Well, I still am an athlete. I'm sold. But I used to run track. I'd stay up late to like watch all the events, and I remember hearing the bomb go off, and I was like,
Oh,
"What
wow,
the
yeah.
fuck?" And then remember the whole. I guess it's a movie now.
yeah,
Where they thought it was
Eastwood.
like that one guy, and it
Richard
wasn't.
Jewell.
Yeah, and it wasn't him at all. And I was
Yep.
just like, "Damn, that's fucked up."
Yep.
You think you would learn from like false accusations? Like people are innocent to proving guilty, but it's just that shit's gotten worse and worse.
They ran wild with it.
Yeah, they-
ruined a lot of that dude's life.
Yeah, they fucked his life up.
Yeah. Prodigy. Were you in Atlanta around the time or no?
No, that was
he
just before.
He just
Just
had
before.
he had broads there though.
I was in America.
Yeah, I had just moved out of the area. I was there when they were building the Olympic Center.
Yeah.
So
Centennial Park and all that
Yeah.
bullshit. But RIP to David Stern. I think my 2 cents. I
he
think
was
that
77. by the
I
way.
think that what they're going to possibly do for the NBA fans, the trophy at the end of the year is the Larry O'Brien Trophy, named after the previous commissioner, just before David Stern. I would bet dollars to donuts that they're going to name the trophy at some point in the very near future after David Stern.
Yeah, fuck the
Or
other
a new trophy.
Fuck the other dead guy.
Yeah.
Stern had much more of an impact in the modern league. So, RIP to him and his family.
There you go.
We got to dive on the fuck in. Oh, Stitches.
He's not coming.
He's not coming through.
He got held up by Wakandan law.
I think he was the one that convinced the White House that Wakanda was really a place.
Oh my god,
that
was hilarious.
Yeah.
So
Blue is in the wind doing blue things. I don't know where Blue is.
he's not en route. He might be en route, or he might have got snatched up by Wakandan law as well. We don't know.
Shit.
We don't know.
Yeah, we got a 3-person team though. We up in this motherfucker for you. You ain't got your laptop or anything, huh?
I have it, but
Okay.
I just didn't plug in because I just sat down. So
Gotcha. All right.
He needs a minute.
All
He's
right.
old, all right? His bones got to settle and shit.
Well, I mean, there's literally no parking. I wouldn't be surprised if Blue is searching up and
Well, you
down.
can just park right in front of my house and there's a car
That's
right there.
literally I just did. I
Alright,
just
yeah.
did this because like literally all the way at the top where that basketball hoop is,
Yeah.
there's cars there.
Wow.
And I'm just like, damn.
Yeah, it's like I don't mind somebody parking in front of my house as long as it's like not
Temporary.
overnight. Yeah.
Yeah.
People park overnight. It's just like, dude, come on, man.
I just don't want no one to back into me or whatever.
Well, we're gonna fix that issue this year.
Good.
So that's the next thing on. After the Infinity Base is done, we're gonna start doing some construction on the front to knock out that retainer wall, and so we can park on the side of the house.
Good shit.
Ooh, oh, congrats on the base. More work has been done. I mean,
Yeah,
Saw some pictures, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to help out this past weekend, but we're helped out 2 weeks before or whatnot, and it's still looking great. It's coming along.
It
Looks
is.
like it. I feel like it's pretty much done, but you just need some details done. But other than that,
Yeah, it's basically just like now it's all like the cosmetic shit because we have to put mud down. So when you do drywall work, you have to put like this tape over all the seams that you made, and then and all the holes that you made because even like not even just like holes and like punching through shit because when you're doing drywall work, unless you're like really good, which we're not, sometimes if you have a nail gun or just a screw gun or whatever, you're not always gonna hit the fucking stud.
Yep.
So sometimes you just screw right through the shit and you're like, oh fuck, it's just a hole. So you have to, even with the screws that are in a stud, you have to take like this drywall tape and tape over it. And all the seams that you have to tape over all that shit too. And so after you do that, you have to use this mud, it's like jointing compound, and like put that stuff over all those holes and seams. You have to do usually 2 coats, then you have to texture the wall, then you paint. So when you texture, that's when you make everything kind of smooth and like uniform. Because if you don't do that, it's gonna look fucking hella wonky. So those are the next 2 things on the list. And after like the texturing and painting is done, it's not gonna take too much longer than that. Because then it's just the floor, but that's like a day job, and then I can move in.
We're at the finish fucking line.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking wonderful. Goddamn it. This was a big ass fucking week. We got some serious shit to get into. Let's start with some episode 9.
Oh,
right
hold
off
on. We
the-
got people in the chat room. I'm sorry.
we
Hey,
got?
Mahai Blurred, Sancho Man, and Warrior Fellow. Appreciate you all watching. And they said, did y'all hear about the 2020 Olympics? Goku's going to be the ambassador. No, I didn't hear about
That's
that.
fucking dope.
That's fucking dope. It's in Japan, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gotta be. Tokyo must
yeah,
be,
it was
right?
2020 Tokyo Summer Olympics.
I hope they put a whole bunch of Japanese flavor up in there. I expect
Hell
to
yeah.
see like some Nintendo shit, some Mario shit up in there.
Naruto, all of it.
Yeah, they should do like a Naruto run for like the 40-yard dash. I'm sorry, the 100-yard dash. Somebody's got to do at the end. Somebody's got to just like that's what Usain Bolt should do. If he's still the fastest man, like at the end instead of like running, just put your arms behind yourself.
There you go.
Just do it.
You better have the headband on though.
Yeah.
You know what I
You saw
mean?
Michael Venom Page was doing that shit, right?
Hell yeah.
He was the Akatsuki, his last win. I was like, holy shit.
Shout out to quick segue. Shout out to Naruto because Crunchyroll came out with their top 5 by region, and region I think was basically continent almost, of the decade. Top 5 animes of the decade by continent. So for North America, it was like Naruto, My Hero.
My hero came strong.
Yeah, Bleach. I think Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
A couple others that I can't remember off the top of my head, but Naruto was definitely on there, and I think it was even #1 for the decade.
My Hero Academia climbing that rank that fast that's fucking impressive, and it is good.
Yeah, Attack on Titan was definitely one as well.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, what's funny is like I see a lot of like these kind of annoying anime fans that talk shit about Naruto, but it's like Naruto's a good anime. Like,
Yeah,
I don't give
it's
a
solid. It's very good.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody tries to argue with that with me, like, you're not. I question if you're really an anime fan. You know what I mean?
And look, I trusted you and Blue because it was one of those that I was intimidated by because of its length. You know, I mean, it's 500 episodes for Shippuden. Yes, there's fillers in there.
Yeah.
But then for the base show, I think it was 200 plus episodes. So that's a lot of time commitment for your ass.
I mean,
you know?
it's just like One Piece, and that's One Piece is one of the ones I need to get into, but I just don't have the time anymore.
Yeah,
Because I used to be able to like go through anime like that, but I can't do that anymore.
dude, that's back to back. Even when you skip the outro and the intro and you're flying through them, that's a lot of watching.
Yeah.
A whole fucking lot. But at the same time, I've loved plenty of these arcs. I've loved plenty of this fighting. I'm maybe 90 episodes into Shippuden.
Oh,
So I mean, I got a long way to fucking go.
yeah. So in Shippuden, the pain arc is like one of the best story arcs of all of anime.
You and Blue talked about that. I'm sorry
Yeah.
to step on you, but you and Blue talked about that a little bit of Fandom, I think, right?
Yeah,
That character.
Yeah, really. Yeah, we talked about pain, and that's like it's one of the best story arcs ever. Like nobody can argue that, and the fact that the pain story arc, even though the arc kind of ends, but it kind of goes at a low because things end, but there's still like residual effects from the pain arc that last into like a whole other arc that lasts to the end of the series, and it's fucking amazing. And the end of Naruto Shippuden is probably one of the best endings of any anime ever, and I can
Nice.
say that with absolute certainty.
I will definitely. This is the beginning of 2020. Hold me to it. I'm gonna finish it off this year. That's what's gonna happen.
Good.
Holy fucking shit, man. Where do we? I don't even know how we got on Naruto.
No, it's all good.
The Tokyo Olympics and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I hope they have all kinds of fucking anime shit up in that motherfucker. We will see.
Wish I could go to. I need to go to Japan one of these days.
Yeah, Blue's been.
Yeah, the thing is, like, K-Mac doesn't really want to go anywhere in Asia.
Why the fuck not?
She wants me to go to Europe, and I'm like, I'm not interested in Europe. She's probably like, why the fuck not? Like, she has the same argument that I have. She's like, why the fuck not? I'm just like,
Dude, me and you gonna go then.
yeah, I'm just like, come on, man.
Like, I want to go desperately. I know we're all over the place. Real quickly, before I forget it, at like the very end of the cast and shit, Seis Manos is a dope newish anime, and it's on Netflix. If you like Latin American, like Mexican gangster shit, along with zombie fucking bloody ass fights and kung fu, this is your fucking anime. I've only watched 3 episodes and I fucking loved it. Anyway, let's jump on in. Episode 9, goddammit. It dropped. Rise of Skywalker. We got to discuss some of this here. The world been talking. Actually, before we even get into the fucking movie. Before we do that.
Before the movie?
Before the fucking movie. Because hold on, we got to pump the brakes a little bit. John Boyega. Shout out to you, goddammit. John Boyega was going off at the end of 2019, in the 11th hour of 2019, telling the entire Star Wars fan base, for the most part, to kiss his fucking ass.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Go ahead.
We should put a pin in this because this is directly in correlation to episode 9.
True.
And why. So we should come back to this.
Oh, God damn it. Okay.
I know you're excited about it and whatnot, but we should stem where this comes from.
All right.
And that is episode 9.
Okay.
So,
Episode 9. What did you think of this fucking movie? This is the end of the trilogy.
end of a saga. Not just, yes, end of a trilogy, but it's also an end of a 40-year saga. It's not the end of Star Wars.
Okay.
But it is,
You were about to jump on in like, no, motherfucker.
it's not the end of Star Wars, it's the end of the Skywalker saga. And
Well, at the end, I mean,
yeah, at the end, yeah, but
I mean-
it's not like we're not going to see more stuff. And I think where the movie ends is where we're going to see.
you can't say it's the end of Skywalker when the movie's literally called The Rise of Skywalker. In the end.
Well, that's not necessarily true. Just because it's the Rise of Skywalker doesn't mean it's necessarily the end of.
So let's go to the. We'll talk to the
we jumped
movie.
we jumped to the very end.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm just gonna say overall, I was content with the film. I wasn't ecstatic, but it was weird because what I wanted and partly what I predicted on the cast came true in the film, and I was like, okay, that's weird. You gave me what I wanted, but is it really what I wanted? Like, it was weird mixed feelings. So, I was content. Like, I'm not like, oh my god, this is bullshit. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I get it. And like, was it pandering to the fans? You may question. I kind of think so, but not really.
I mean, it's been 2 weeks. I mean, you can put it out there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just spoil it.
Yeah.
If y'all have not watched
Rise
Rise
of
of Skywalker, just stop listening for. We'll probably talk about this for like maybe 15, 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah. Go ahead. I mean, tell specifically what you meant.
So a lot of people were talking about how this retcons a lot of The Last Jedi with the decisions that Luke made and how he says he's wrong and the race lineage of her being a Palpatine, how people guessed that back in Force Awakens.
True.
And like people who complained vehemently that Rey was so powerful for no reason, now they have a reason. And now they're still up in their feelings.
Who's
so
mad?
It's like, why are you mad? You guys were wondering why she's so powerful. Here it is. And now you're still mad? Like, really? They're like, oh, they pulled a cheap trick. They had to go back in the bag and pull out the Emperor. And I'm like, dude, the Emperor, if you guys were paying attention, which you probably were not, because you're fucking bitching, the Emperor stood amongst Jedi Masters. Masters shook hands with them, and they didn't even know that he was their real threat. And yet he was able to best them and then come back. And for some reason, people can't, like, accept that for some reason. It's like, dude, him being the mastermind throughout the entire saga, I think is great.
Okay, there's two problems that I have with the movie, and one of them is Rey being a Palpatine. So the problem is her age. She's roughly the same age as Kylo Ren, right? Roughly the same age.
Okay.
So we're thinking early 20s, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Palpatine been dead.
Yeah.
So
Palpatine might have had young hoes, though.
Yeah, so she's granddaughter.
it doesn't matter how young his hoes were. He was dead.
Yeah, but she's his granddaughter, not daughter.
Okay.
Yeah,
I guess that makes a
it's-
little more sense.
yeah.
That's
Granddaughter,
right.
not daughter.
Yeah. But even still, like they need to like, even though this happened, they need to go back and like, hopefully they have subsequent movies.
So I don't think that'll be movies. I think that'll be Disney Plus.
Well, either way, they need to explain a little better because it seemed like the parents didn't have any fucking force powers, and
Yeah.
it was just like that. That's very odd.
I thought so. It doesn't show them a whole lot. They show them in the film, right? But I think they did what Luke did: is cut themselves off from the Force, so that way they can't be tracked.
Yeah, and there's other, I guess, people that done it too. Because in what is it? Fallen Order.
Fallen Order.
Another Jedi had that cut off her powers. So.
Yes, she did. Same thing. Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
If you ever play Force Unleashed, General Ram Koda, he has an accident, and then he said his link was cut. But it's really psychological for him.
Quick point of order, just so I make sure I understand this lineage the best I can. It was Palpatine, Mr. I Am the Senate's daughter or son?
His son.
His son.
His
is
son.
the father of
'Cause
Rey.
that,
Okay.
Just like in marriage, the last name carried through the male lineage.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's slight murmuring because there is talk about a Mara Jade Skywalker Disney Plus, which is totally rumor, but that person could be Luke's daughter. Even though Luke doesn't mention having any kids, Palpatine, he could have had a daughter that hooked up with Palpatine's son.
I mean, I think
Possibly.
I think it is kind of cool that they brought Palpatine back and then they made, Rey the granddaughter, and that's a cool way to like wrap, to kind of fix things that were done in previous movies,
I'm just going to make one quick point. Remember, in the very first one, The Force Awakens, the big thing was Ben/Kylo's relationship with his grandfather. Even though Vader was obviously already dead and all of that. But in this, you have almost the mirror relationship standpoint of Palpatine and Rey. Grandfather, lineage and whatnot. But it is what it is. Anyway, what else do you think?
Yeah, like I said, I was content. I'm not mad at the film. I literally had very little gripes with this film, really, because I was just like, oh, they're giving me a bunch of things. The one thing I kind of wanted Poe, not Poe and Finn, but I wanted Poe and Carrie Russell's character to at least have like a little make-out session. I think Poe deserved.
You didn't give them some leeway on that with her being dead?
with Carrie Russell.
I'm sorry, I thought you meant Carrie Fisher.
Oh my.
That'd be weird.
goodness.
That's she's an old lady.
Yeah,
Well, she was
that
an
would
old
be. I
lady.
mean, no.
Wait, you're talking about Daft Punk?
Yeah, him and Daft Punk. They should.
Who was Daft Punk? What was her
That's
real name?
Carrie Russell.
I didn't know it was Carrie Russell.
That's
Oh.
Carrie Russell's character.
Okay, yeah, no, that's Daft Punk. Fuck that.
What the fuck?
She did have a dope ass suit though.
She did.
but she was Daft Punk.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what it was. Come
Yeah,
on.
I mean, he should have had a make out section, and he
tried at the end. He tried to bust them sugar walls.
No, he tried twice.
He shot his shot.
He shot twice. He did his shot twice and got shot down. But then he shrugged it off. He's like, I guess he's like, I tried to shoot my shot and get what I got. I think he should have got a little something, something.
All right, Kronos, get in here. What you think?
Yeah, so like my main gripe with the film, I'll just start with like the stuff I didn't like. All right, my main gripe was the way that Princess Leia died, or I'm sorry, General Leia died. That seemed like really fucking awkward to me, and just like, okay, I'm gonna reconnect with my son and just lay down and die. I was like, that's really stupid in my opinion. Like, and you can try to nerd away it, like, oh, she was reconnected with the Force and then she died. Get the fuck out of here. Doesn't make any fucking sense logically. The fact that you reach out to your son and all of a sudden you die.
Well, since space magic is logical. Okay.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah,
It's stupid.
I don't think it's stupid. I just think space magic. It's not everything's fully explained with the Force.
Well, let him get
Yeah,
his thoughts.
yeah,
It
I'm
doesn't-
just saying.
it-
I'm
it-
just in my 2 cents.
It doesn't make any sense. It makes zero sense that she would just, I'm gonna kick my son, then I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna show him that I'm alive, then I'm gonna die.
Peace out.
Yeah, I love you, now I'm dead. Like, it just, that shit was stupid. And I understand that she is obviously dead in real life. But they could have wrote that way fucking better. You know what I mean? Like, maybe have her reawaken her powers in a battle with her lightsaber, and then Rey picks it up or some shit like that because she died. That'd be way fucking better than, oh, I'm gonna reconnect with him and then just lay down in this bed and just die. That's just it's stupid. It's stupid. It wasn't like she was Yoda and she was old as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She is old as fuck.
She's not that fucking. She wasn't 500 years old.
900 years old, but I
Yeah.
mean, she looked like it.
Oh, how dare you?
Fuck
Damn.
How dare you?
Speaking ill of the dead.
Damn.
Yoda doesn't exist. Carrie Ann Fisher did. I mean, I'm just saying. You're an asshole.
Yep.
That was my main gripe with the film. Other than that, I mean, it did an adequate job with the rest. You know, when I watched it with the part where Kylo Ren doesn't make it. Well, okay. So the part where basically Rey dies, and then they already showed that Rey has healing powers.
Yep.
And then Kylo Ren uses the same healing powers to heal her, and I was like, well, I guess we're in an infinite loop now, right? Because she's just gonna heal him back, and then he just faded away, and I was like, okay, well, I guess you just there's your answer. He'll just fade away.
You're not gonna revive me?
Yeah.
I'm down.
He was like, no takesies backsies. He just fucking faded away. I was just like, okay, you got me. I mean, that was acceptable writing because because it would have been infinite loop, but just them bringing each other back. So that's cool, and I think that in the end when she had the yellow lightsaber, and I was like, so she's probably gonna be a true gray Jedi, which would be dope. You know what I mean? It would be dope to actually have that whole deal come in, because I mean she's shown her mastery of both the light and the dark, so that would make her a gray Jedi, and she's using a non traditional lightsaber.
Yep.
So
Or a very traditional lightsaber.
How so?
Well, I'm letting him finish, but I'll come back to this in just a second.
well, non-traditional for like the modern in that time Jedi.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know that there's like lightsabers back in the day. They were supposed to be used for like stormtroopers and shit. They weren't even really used by a Jedi. Like if you go by like the actual stories, and so that goes back into the Mandalorian too, which is pretty cool to see. Yeah, that wasn't a traditional like Jedi weapon. So, but it was cool to see them use like a different color, just like they did for Mace Windu. Something that was unique, and hopefully hopefully that will spawn off a whole different story and lore with the films and the show. The way that Mace Windu probably should have. You know what I mean? Because Mace Windu kind of got done dirty, except for the Clone Wars by Genndy Tartakovsky. I think he did way more justice to Mace Windu than the movies and any other show did, because he was a fucking badass. If you haven't watched the Genndy Tartakovsky, he's the same guy that did
Samurai Jack,
and
Powerpuff Girls,
and also Justice Laboratory. And Primal now. It's not out yet, right?
No, it's out.
Is it out? Shit, I haven't watched it yet.
It's good.
He's a great director and a great like visionary as far as like animation goes.
Oh, you know what he also did? Fucking everyone loves it. Fucking Dexter's Laboratory. That's his start.
That's what I just said.
I thought I missed that part.
Yeah, no, you don't listen. It's all good, man.
No, I was zoning out.
He's like, Cronus is talking. I'm just gonna zone out.
No, it's
he was like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, I pulled a Kylo. Or I'm sorry, Ben.
But yeah, I mean, if nobody's watched, the Clone Wars by Genndy Tartakovsky, definitely check that out because it really breaks down like how badass he was. So if you ever watched, I think it was Clone Wars, and you saw General Grievous, how he was super injured in it, you need to watch Clone Wars, the animated series, which is short, to understand why he's injured. Because Mace Windu fucked him up.
Sure did.
He fucked him up bad.
Yeah.
Did.
If you want to, the easiest way to look for it, go on YouTube, type in Clone Wars micro series, and it'll pop up. It's all like 2 hours of it, and you can. It's not on Disney Plus.
Oh
no!
It is
like
only
right now. It's basically fucking nowhere.
Yeah, it's not even on Cartoon Network that I've seen. So if you go on YouTube though, someone edited all the episodes together. So it's like literally a 2 hour and 15-minute like watch, and it's in order. So it's actually pretty dope. So there you go.
Yeah, you learn more about Mace Windu. You learn more about not Luke Skywalker, but fucking.
There's a lot.
Ewan McGregor, Anakin.
No, there's like
Anakin a little bit too. But what's the fucking
Obi-Wan?
No, Jesus Christ.
Qui-Gon?
Darth Vader.
Oh, Darth. All right.
No, like what's his name before that?
Dooku. You learn a bit
Darth
about
Vader. What was his name before he was Darth Vader?
Anakin.
Yeah, he just said
Anakin. Sorry, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I'm listening to you.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest takeaways from the micro series is one, it introduces Asajj Ventress.
Yeah.
If you don't know who she is, she's a huge figure in the actual Clone Wars, the series, and the movie. She's introduced in the micro series. We're introduced to Dirge, the bounty hunter. Which he seemingly dies in it, but he's a huge presence in the comics. We're introduced to General Grievous.
Yep.
It's his first introduction is in the micro series, and he's introduced in the last like 2-3 episodes, which I believe he had a better voice in that than in the actual film.
Yeah,
because they recasted it. He was casted last in the film.
Well, and in the micro series, like he's way more terrifying.
Oh yeah, way more.
He fucking takes out teams of Jedis.
Yeah, by himself.
Easily. Yeah, he's just like y'all hold back. I'm just gonna go fuck you up real quick.
Yeah. It also introduces a world that keeps showing up, even though our first time seeing it. It's an important world to the Jedi. Is Ilum. It's where they get their crystals, and it's an important world. In if you're playing Fallen Order, it shows up there. It's also mentioned in a couple other series. I think it shows up again in the Clone Wars, the series, the animated series, the CGI series. It doesn't introduce Ahsoka. That's where the movie does, and the other series does. But there's just a lot of stuff, a lot of firsts are in the micro series. So,
well, let's jump back to episode 9 for a quick second, though. Not that that
What'd
series
you think?
wasn't great.
What did you think?
Yeah. So this whole trilogy was about Reylo. It really was. The Reylos fucking won. Everybody on the internet and in the world saying that bullshit. Oh, they're related and all this other. None of that was true. It was all bullshit from the very fucking beginning. This relationship, I've said it before. I'm gonna say it again. I feel like it has its serious problems. Both of them have tried to kill each other successfully sometimes.
It's basically
for 3 movies.
It's a hood relationship. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it really is.
It's the best relationship.
But this is the best we have from a sci-fi relationship standpoint. It's better than Han and Leia, you know. And this is what the whole backbone of this trilogy was always about. The Reylos from The Force Awakens said this, and then when The Last Jedi came out, it was pretty much undeniable, but there were still people denying it.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't want that happening. I mean, because when I knew people that watched The Last Jedi, they're like, I don't see this relationship that you're talking about.
People are so full of, I don't get how you didn't. I literally don't. The best scenes, and I've talked a whole lot of shit, and will continue to talk shit about The Last Jedi. I hated fucking Holdo. She's just as bad as Jar Jar to me. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. But the best scenes in The Last Jedi were Rey and Kylo. Like
And
the throne scene and all those other ones.
The
And
people
Luke.
that didn't understand the Raylo thing, but probably people that don't understand. They're fucking nerds. They don't understand like dynamics in relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just like, I don't know how they could be attracted to each other.
Even from an acting standpoint, when those two are on screen together, it's exciting to watch. They had great dialogue. They had great chemistry. You wanted to see what they would say or do next from the very beginning of this trilogy all the way to the end. And that's why I enjoyed that aspect of this film. Now, they cucked fucking Finn. Finn was exciting to me in The Force Awakens. I think he was exciting to most people because we had never seen a stormtrooper defect.
I don't know why they made him basically asexual in this.
Yeah, he's Okay, let me tell. Can I be real with y'all? If you have not fucked someone, and it's just a platonic relationship, but you want to fuck them, I just can't wrap my head around you screaming, Ray, Ray, for 2 movies now, basically, in the rain like Usher, over and over and over again. And yes, you care about that person. That has been established. But this pining for her and all of that got old for me.
He didn't even fuck Rose. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, man.
Rose was throwing pussy at him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, unless you've done some mind force fucking with Ray, obviously she ain't feeling you, dude. Quit calling her name in the rain. Like, I got real tired of that shit.
So he wasn't pining for her, apparently, and not according
No.
to Abrams.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. They hinted at it pretty fucking hard, like
In
with that
Force
sand
Awakens,
scene.
yeah, but not.
Even in this, they hinted at it pretty fucking hard.
So he clarifies exactly what he officially was supposed to say. I guess it got cut, or I don't know. But there's a press conference with the actors and JJ, and it's not about love or nothing. Even John Boyega shot that down. You've been following him on Twitter.
Yeah.
He does not say that he loves her.
That's fine. I hear you. It was strongly implied. Anybody who saw the movie, apart from those quotes, it was strongly implied. You can backtrack on it, because you saw the real version and that got editing room floor, but it was strongly implied. And Poe didn't act that way. You know what I mean? Like, they all have a bond. It's a 3-person kind of bond.
doesn't
Poe was
even-
not going as hard as fucking Finn for Ray in the rain.
Poe didn't even meet Rey until Last Jedi. The end of
but
Last
still,
Jedi.
it's annoying.
Poe didn't get anything either. I'm like,
No,
man.
he didn't.
He should have gotten some Daft Punk pussy.
Yeah, I
you
just
know
said-
that.
I just said that.
Yeah, I mean that's what. But I loved Poe in this because he wasn't cucked by Holdo. Poe was doing pilot shit in the very fucking beginning. He was, what was it, light speed skipping?
Yeah.
I've never seen that before in any Star Wars shit.
So if somebody's listening to this podcast and you're like, oh, well, people that, are together, man and woman, they don't need to have sexual... Listen, they were at fucking war. I've been to war. First thing you do when you go home, what are you trying to do?
Fuck.
You trying to fuck. Like,
Yes.
100%.
All the time.
You're trying to spread your seat because you might fucking die.
Yep.
So that's the main reason why, like, if you see, like, people that go overseas,
Yeah.
they have kids. Like when they come back, 'cause it's like,
Absolutely.
they got to knock somebody up to fucking let their DNA go on in case they
Yep.
fucking die, and that's a real fucking thing.
Of course it is. And it's not even like just American culture,
No,
military.
not
No.
fucking culture.
That's throughout. Even if you go back to ancient Roman and Greek times,
Yeah.
you'll find some of that.
Because you can't have your fucking population numbers go down.
In fact, the state wants you. The state wants you to fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Soldiers to fuck. But yeah, dude. So
I mean,
I
it's
dug
just-
I dug the relationship stuff with those two, but there was, again, everything with Finn, get the fuck out of here. But Poe was awesome doing piloty, ballsy General Poe.
Honestly,
shit.
I'd have been happy if Poe and Finn fucked.
Yeah.
I'd been fine with it. I'm like,
I'd have
at least
been-
they got something.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Hey,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
check this shit out. Everyone was talking about LGBTQ plus representation, which we see in the film
For a-
Yeah.
for a millisecond.
A millisecond. But people still weren't fucking happy. They want like story around this, and all.
God
I'm like,
damn
dude,
it.
you don't need that. You get to see it on film. You can see it in a major franchise. Like, why do you need a whole movie story, whatever, around that? Who
Star Wars
cares?
isn't a gay story. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I hate to break it to you. It never was
Never
a
was.
gay story.
It's
It-
not,
it's
but
a-
like I said though, if Poe and Finn would have been like,
Yeah.
I've been like, all right, if they'd wrote it
Yeah.
well,
I would have
All right.
been fine with that, whatever, if that's what the way they wanted to go. But I'm just saying, traditionally, That's never been a part of Star Wars.
And let me
It
explain.
has been incestuous,
Yeah,
though.
let me say it like when I say if they wrote it well, obviously they've written badly
Yeah.
relationships in this.
Yep.
So obviously you have to write a better gay story than these stupid ass asexual stories they've been writing in this movie. Because I mean, literally, you have people that are obviously they're attracted to the characters in the movie.
Yep.
But that are somehow asexual.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's very odd writing to me.
I'll tell you what. What's the new girl? Jenna? Is that her name?
Jenna, yeah.
Jenna seemed like she was interested in slurping up BBC from Finn as well. She stayed with him on that Star Destroyer or whatever,
Yeah.
and was like, "Hey, dude, if you here, I'm here, baby." You know what I mean? I was like, "Okay, tap something, Finn."
So I got the impression that because we see Finn as the only stormtrooper defector. He lands on one of the moon of Endors, where there's other defectors.
Yeah.
And we apparently see that he is force sensitive, and it leads me to assume that these kids that were conscripted may also be force sensitive as well.
It'd be funny if they're like, if they do subsequent movies, they should find like the actual list because it's still out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he, like, either him or his parents are probably on that list.
Yep.
And all the other people that were defectors.
Yeah.
There was also one thing that was retconned that most people probably don't realize.
What's that?
It had to do with the TIE fighters. So the TIE fighters in this movie somehow could go to light speed.
Yes.
Oh, that's
but
the
we
point.
That was a serious retcon.
we see that in Force Awakens.
Yeah, that's a serious retcon.
How's it a retcon when they used Lightspeed with the TIE fighter in Force Awakens?
Because they're not supposed to be able to do that prior to that movie. Like,
He's talking about prior to this trilogy, I think.
yeah, this whole.
Oh
trilogy.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's the First Order, so I mean,
Yeah.
they have slightly new tech, I guess.
Yeah, but it was
I mean,
like,
because it also has a rear gunner seat. So when we see that TIE fighter, there's two people in the cockpit. There's Rey, or I'm sorry,
I think
Poe.
they've had that before too, though. I think.
No, they had a bomber with a separate compartment where they drop bombs. But this one, the pilots are always been single seaters.
Have you read Alphabet Squadron?
No, I can't find it.
You can't find
I've
it?
been looking for it. No one fucking has it.
You
so
can't get it on digital, motherfucker. Get out of
no,
here.
no,
You're not looking hard
I
enough.
prefer fucking hardback. I don't like that digital bullshit. I like my.
I
tried looking for it.
If I look it up right now and I find it, motherfucker.
You'll probably find it on Amazon, but
Yeah.
I went to fucking. I don't have Amazon, so I don't use that
What
shit.
do you mean? You don't have motherfucker?
Nope.
It's a website. How do you not have it?
I don't use
You
it.
don't
I don't
have-
have an account.
You don't need. Jesus Christ.
I don't use that shit.
This dude. This dude.
I can't breathe.
Seriously.
I don't use that shit.
You know,
You said I can't find it, and then he said Amazon. You were like, I don't use that shit.
I don't
What
use
the
that shit.
fuck?
I don't use it. I go to a bookstore and look to have it. If they don't, I'm just like, oh, I'll
Motherfucker.
try to find it.
First of
somewhere
all,
else.
find a fucking bookstore. Second of all, look at Amazon. That's why they're not fucking bookstores. You understand that? So before Amazon got big, they were a bookstore.
Yeah,
So maybe look it up at the bookstore.
yeah. I looked at it.
Oh,
I went to a
good
local bookstore. They didn't
Don't
have
go
it.
to because the local bookstore. Amazon put them out of business.
Save this rant, please.
Christ, what the fuck?
So
Ooh, I didn't know we were gonna start off with a cold take.
Do you want me to buy it for you on Amazon?
no,
Like
fine.
what the fuck?
It's fine.
You don't want to give Jeff Bezos your money? It's my money. So how about I
Yeah,
just do
fuck
that?
Jeff Bezos. But yeah, anyway, Alphabet Squadron. What were you gonna say?
I'm gonna buy you the book now, apparently. And Jesus Christ, they go into like a greater breakdown into like the different technologies, into like fighter squadrons and like the different technologies and like TIE fighters, Y wings, A wings, all that shit.
Do y'all realize how fucking funny this was?
Yeah. I hope the listeners appreciate this. I'm just like, I can't even understand how somebody doesn't use Amazon. Oh, Ninja, why don't you use Amazon?
I don't give a fuck.
Why don't you give a... No, you have
I
to
can't-
give... You have
no.
to give a fuck.
Nope.
There's
They had a discount on games for the longest time. I didn't even use it.
There's no rational reason for you not to use Amazon unless there's something you have a problem with Amazon about. I mean,
No, I just don't use it.
Okay.
Just like I didn't use Venmo or any shit like that either.
Okay. I'm flabbergasted. This is hilarious.
I don't even understand like how you... Where do you get stuff from?
What do you mean? I get it from the store. Like I
he's old
walk
school.
in.
You know,
buy
Amazon
it.
is a store too, right?
Yeah, online.
He really is old ninja. Like
Yeah.
this is not just a name or something.
This is the craziest thing ever. Because what bookstore do you go to?
There's a bookstore.
Is it Half Price Books you're talking about?
Huh?
Half Price Books that's at
In Fremont.
the Hub?
Yes, that place, and then
Yeah,
there's
they're not
Target.
gonna have it.
Target has books, but
They're
they
not
were
gonna-
sold
Jesus
out.
Christ, you go to
and
places-
there's a Barnes and Noble still. They didn't have it.
Jesus. Okay, we got to move on. We got to
So
move on.
No, hold on. I'm fucking answer a question. When you went to Barnes & Noble, not Half Price Books or Target, because I'm going to do this for you. When you go to Barnes & Noble and you ask them, hey, can I get Alphabet Squadron? Did you ask them for it?
Yeah, they said they were sold out. So I was like, oh.
Well, just get on the list. Have them order for you.
I didn't care that much.
Yeah, okay, this is your own problem. This is your.
You can't get down this logic.
This is your old man shit right now. That's old man shit right there. That's old man logic.
He don't want it, basically.
You could definitely find it.
He don't want it.
I can send you the fucking audiobook. I listened to it. So.
God damn, this was fun.
Jesus Christ.
Episode 9 was a movie.
It was a movie.
Trilogy ended.
Good thing it wasn't by Amazon.
Oh, God.
Old Ninja would never saw it.
Damn.
I've never seen it.
Shout out to Billy D coming back, though. I will say that was super nice to see. That put a fucking smile on my face.
And
shit.
still thirsty.
Still thirsty. I'm kind of with you, Kronos, on. I give them a pass, but it wasn't a great ending for Leia. Per se.
Yeah, it seemed to me kind of disrespectful to her.
Yeah, I mean, here's my thing. I don't know how early on her passing was before production for this film.
Yes, let me give them a definite plus in the movie about her. I couldn't fucking tell when she was CGI or not.
That's pretty good.
100%.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And I was fucking looking.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge tech guy. I couldn't fucking tell.
Yeah.
Honestly, I couldn't fucking tell.
That's talent.
There should have been no CGI. They just used deleted scenes from Force Awakens for her.
I heard some. Yeah, I heard some article that they used some.
They
Yeah.
used
I
for
couldn't tell
the flashback. There's CGI.
I mean,
I
who
couldn't
knows? But it would have been. Here's the thing: we all know that Han died in the first one. Luke dies in the second one. The logical plan was for Leia to have a much more pronounced role in this third one.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about one thing though? Actually, Sancho Man, who's in the chat room, he brought up as well.
What's he saying?
The Chewbacca thing.
Oh, I didn't like this.
That wasn't great writing. I think they should have saved the reveal that he's still alive near the fucking end of the movie, not 15 minutes later. You know what I mean?
So here's the thing with Rey, and I like Rey. I have never been someone who shit on Rey or Daisy Ridley or Rose. I shit on Holdo.
And it's a plot hole.
Yeah, it definitely is. But in terms of Rey and her power set, I've never on this air or on Twitter shit on that. She killed fucking Chewie. That's what fucking happened. She killed him and the other folks with those lightning powers, and she killed Kylo with the lightsaber too. So I don't want to have this thing where we say, oh, she is completely on the good side and never does anything evil. Yes, Kylo killed fucking Han in the first one, and people never forgive that and all that, and they never quite explained that to a satisfactory way for me.
Yeah, well, the problem in the movie with the Chewie thing for me is that in one instant she could sense that Chewie was definitely on that fucking within eye distance.
Yep.
He's definitely on that fucking transport.
Yep.
And then in a whole other scene, there is literally a spaceship that is in fucking space, way further away.
Yep.
I can feel Chewie on there. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you said you felt him on that one, and you thought he died, but
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the first one was Finn. Finn said he points. This is Rey. He's on that transport, and then she stops it.
But we
And
also-
then Kylo
she
comes up.
she
She doesn't say she feels him on it.
then why'd she save it? She could definitely feel life forces.
Yeah.
It's a
but-
plot hole, man.
The other thing is, you show the audience basically Chewie getting on that one. You know what I mean? I felt it was a fake out. I didn't like it either. Even though I love Chewie as a character, it would have been very satisfying for the plot of this movie if that was it. But they couldn't handle Rey doing something, quote unquote, so heinous. Even though she stabs Kylo through the motherfucking chest.
Well, but he was a bad guy.
Yeah, but she does.
Yeah,
barrel
She
chested
kind of,
and shit.
yeah. She does.
Supreme Leader Ben.
I mean,
Solo.
she does fight a dark version of herself, which I thought was cool.
That was a nice scene.
Well, basically, we see Empress Rey.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about the hide and seek winner for like 30 years. Emperor Palpatine.
Mr. I am the fucking Senate.
Yeah, he came in and just was wrecking shit.
I like how he shitted on Snoke.
Yeah, he
He
did.
was just like, that's my fucking bitch.
Yeah,
I don't
pretty
give a
much.
And he was like, see right there, it's like a bunch of whole
Yeah.
bunch more. You see me? I just
all
grow 'em.
these motherfuckers my
I just grow
bitch.
'em.
Yeah.
I got like 35 fucking Ben Solos everywhere.
Right?
You know,
Yeah.
fuck?
And then, sorry, I didn't mean to step on you, but I tell you fucking what, man. The OP lightning powers where he just
yeah.
made the fucking sky light up.
Yeah.
I didn't know that shit was possible.
Yeah.
I also didn't know fucking Sith resurrection was possible prior to this.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
and I know it's maybe in lore or whatever. I just didn't know. But I will say this: you missed another opportunity, Disney. Just like, and I loved Thor Ragnarok. I said it would have been more impactful if we didn't know that Hulk was in Thor Ragnarok prior to its release. It actually would have been more impactful if I didn't know Palpatine was in this. And I got surprised in the theater. That reaction would have been fucking gold.
Yeah. Well, wasn't it in the last movie where he talked? They had his voice in the last movie.
No, I don't think so.
Nah,
Not for
Last
Last
Jedi, I don't
Jedi.
think so.
Nah. For the trailers for this
Trailers,
one. That's
yeah.
where we heard it. Yeah.
that would have been epic if he did talk in Last Jedi. Everyone would have been freaked out.
I think that
Freaked out.
there was a problem because obviously the Last Jedi, it was a problem for like a lot of people, right? I think that they had to go through and kind of eat a little bit of shit to
Yep.
make this movie, and like just kind of like we're just gonna fucking fix this, And I get that. I'd rather them kind of do that than make another controversial movie. Even though I don't think the Last Jedi was that bad, but I understand where everybody's coming from. It's definitely not as bad as like the prequels.
Yeah, episode
right?
1 and 2.
Yeah,
and
people
shit.
that say that shit, you're fucking insane.
No, it's not
It is
that bad.
nowhere near that bad.
Yeah.
All right, that's some SJW stuff, yeah, but they weren't making fucking racist ass characters and fucking Jar Jar. There was no Jar Jar Binks character.
Misa do it up a dubba da.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Like, this was definitely way better than that. So, I'm definitely looking forward to the next trilogy, however they want to do it. I hope that Rey. I hope they stick with her timeline, her character, and like I hope that she ushers in a new era of Jedi that don't rely on the light or the dark, to have like a middle path. So the gray.
I know we're segueing, but just based on Oscar Isaac, and John Boyega, Daisy hasn't done this, but just based on those two out of the three main characters and how they have been on fire in social media lately, I don't know if they're going to stick with any of those three on a go-forward basis, but we will see.
Oh, no. Daisy Ridley has gone on record, said after this trilogy, no more Star Wars for her. And same thing with John Boyega.
I never heard that before.
Money can change minds.
money
Because
can change
Harrison
minds.
Ford was like, fuck you very, very much.
Yes.
For years, but we'll see.
So, this is why I was going back to the point about the whole Emperor, Throne Ring, Sith Resurrection, and Rey's lightsaber. So, what we see from Rey's lightsaber is she turns her staff into a saber, right?
Oh, okay.
That's her staff that she turns into her yellow saber.
Thought that was a fleshlight. No, I'm sorry.
Wow. She would have killed herself. Was this... Anyway, so there's a companion book, the visual storybook of Rise of Skywalker, where they talk about the Sith ghosts that are in the crowd.
Yeah.
They're basically followers of Ren, or Ren, like they have a title that Revan. Sorry, they have a title of Revan followers or whatnot. I feel like this is setting up clues for a Knights of the Old Republic like trilogy. So we're probably gonna see more orange and yellow sabers like we saw Rey have. That'll show like that's what they're using back then in the day. We'll probably see the Revan, because a lot of people want Keanu Reeves to be Revan.
Yeah.
But I doubt that's gonna happen because he's an older dude now and he's super busy now.
He's breathtaking. Shut your face.
God dang! But he's also extremely busy. So they're probably not gonna get him to do anything about that. We never know though. He could still come out. I mean, he is 50-something years old now. So, also, what was I saying? Oh, the Sith Throne. We've actually kind of seen this before. It's in the Jedi Academy game. Okay. There's literally a throne, but it's gold.
Yeah.
But it's on Korriban. But the fact that we see this, also the Sith temple that's in the film.
That was dope.
There's literally an identical one in the Star Wars Rebels series. Nice. But it's destroyed though. It's destroyed when Ahsoka, Darth Vader, Ezra Bridger, Darth Maul, and Kanan Jarrus are fighting in it, and the temple's destroyed. And we see a little weird like time travel type shit in that. But that's all. You gotta watch the series to understand.
I will say this though, real quickly: if you have super young kids, the stuff with Emperor Palpatine may be fucking scary for them.
Yeah.
Just as a quick side note to fucking parents, I didn't take my 5-year-old. I'm glad I didn't.
He's basically a fucking zombie.
Yeah, he looks like a zombie.
There's some shit.
Yeah, because he's all
He's
like
got milky eyes and shit.
Yeah, and he's like missing digits and shit.
Yeah.
So it's all fucked up. And then even when he steals like force power from Rey and Kylo, it still could be creepy because he gains yellow eyes and he's like in the mask. That could give your kids nightmares.
Yeah.
So
most Star Wars movies don't have that aspect of anything that could be scary for even that young, but, this one did.
But also, fuck them kids.
God damn it! I love it. I love it.
So moving on to the point of John Boyega. So he was on Twitter talking about someone pointed out. They made the comment that now that Ben Solo is gone after that kiss, now this opens up the opportunity for Finn to go after Rey. And then John Boyega replied, "It's not about who she kisses; it's about who lays the pipe."
Which is hilarious.
So I thought it was hilarious, but like Reylo shippers fucking came out of the woodwork, were saying it was sexist, misogynistic, and whatnot.
How is that sexist?
I don't fucking know. I don't care.
That's what the vast majority of men and women do.
Yeah, exactly.
They fuck each other. I mean, this is how we continue our species.
Yeah, no,
by fucking
they
each other.
How dare you?
People were coming at him so tough, and he just doubled down.
It was great.
He just kept coming with stuff. Like, people were saying, like, hey, I looked up to you and realized that you're like this, and you're a hero now for you to act like this. And he's just like,
fuck them.
He's like, you obviously have a problem with separating reality from fictional characters. And then, like, people were just saying all stuff. He's calling people idiots, and he's like, I was laughing. I'm like, dude, you people are really mad
What do you mean,
about
you people?
Oh, damn. You Reylo shippers are really mad about this literally toxic relationship because he shows Star Wars romance. He shows 4 pictures of them fighting and her killing Kylo.
Yep.
And he just like, and people were like, how can you do this? Like, they were up in their feelings, and to me it was funny, but people felt like it was insensitive.
Well, you know, it's funny to me is like seeing John Boyega like grow up, because I knew him from Attack the Block.
Yes, at the beginning of this decade.
Yeah, and actually it's funny because I just ripped it. I think the other day because I'm actually ripping all my DVDs and Blu-rays.
Yeah.
And putting on my new NAS, and I was like, oh, I got Attack the Block on Blu-ray.
Yep.
And I was like, holy shit, this is like the John Boyega movie. That's where I got introduced to him from.
Yes.
So for people like to talk shit about him, I'm just like, I'm glad that he blew the fuck up. Yeah, fuck the haters.
I'm glad he blew up. I've been on Reylo stuff, but I'm nowhere like that. That was a great, funny jab and joke and whatnot that he did. But I'll also say this too: the Star Wars fandom, some of them, have been absolutely fucking shit to him for fucking 4 years. Let's not like sweep that under the fucking rug.
Oh yeah, like when they saw that he was a black stormtrooper. And I was
people
like,
flipped out.
Yeah.
They were talking about boycotting it just on that being in the trailer alone.
And even though it made sense that all the stormtroopers wouldn't look like Jango Fett anymore because, first of all, he's dead and Genosha is fucking gone.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so they were fake ass fans.
Yeah. So, but him as an actor, he took a whole lot of racist ass shit. And, you know, obviously, you know, when you're under Disney contract, Disney money and all that, and almost any studio, it's not just Disney, you're a public figure. There's a whole lot of things you can't say online, blah, blah, blah. He cashed his final check, and last night he was just like, fuck all of y'all.
Yeah.
Every single one of y'all. I'm out this bitch. And, you know, I think it's cool. I can't wait to see what the fuck he does next.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to his next film.
Yeah.
Just don't do some bullshit films.
No.
Do some good stuff, all right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Because, to me, you went from Attack the Block to fucking Star Wars. You did anything between? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, he did the Pacific Rim sequel.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. But still, I mean, that was still a blockbuster. So.
Yeah, I mean, it made money. It was okay.
I still haven't watched it. I want to watch it.
It's okay. It's not like, oh my god. It's just like
I like the first one quite a bit.
Yeah, the first one's really good.
I like the dude.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We'll fucking see. And here's the thing, too. All three of them. Oscar Isaac, Daisy Ridley, John Boyega. I wish them nothing but the fucking best, man. I mean, it's hard to be in the limelight for 4 fucking years like that.
Yeah, Raylo shippers, don't be so soft. Like, dude, he made a joke. Like, you need to realize that these are fictional characters. This relationship isn't real. Oh, the best was some chick saying to John that she couldn't believe that he was jealous of Adam Driver because of this romance. And I was laughing my ass off. He would kind of laugh too. He made some comment, but I'm just like, dude, I bet you Adam Driver is reading these tweets and laughing and just not saying anything. He just wants to see how John's going to like respond, because it's just like, dude, you people latch onto these characters so much, acting as if they're like your buddies or something.
Adam Driver was a Marine, so I guarantee he was fucking laughing.
Yeah, so I'm just like,
It's
dude,
hilarious,
Yeah.
right?
I thought it's fucking hilarious, but like people were saying that they looked up to him because of this and for him to make these comments. I'm like, dude, you need to like lighten up a little bit.
Hell
like
yeah,
this is what happened in the film. Even though he points out something that's satirical, you need to not be up in your feelings and act like he's attacking you, which he wasn't. He doesn't say, hey, Raylo shippers, you're shit. No, he didn't. He just pointed out, like, you know, Finn could possibly lay the pipe.
But the other thing, real quickly, the Raylos, like I said at the beginning, the Raylo shippers fucking won.
Yeah.
Like that's canon, and it seemed like tinfoil hat conspiracy 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So they won, you know?
So-
All right, let's go on.
Take
Yeah,
your
let's
win.
let's toss a coin to our Witcher.
Ooh.
Oh, damn.
Also, put him up for a nail.
I haven't finished it.
You haven't finished it?
No. So,
What episode are you on?
2.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah, sorry,
yeah,
man.
sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, the problem was, you know how you promise people you're going to watch it with them, and then they watch it ahead of you? So I was like, stuck.
fuck them
Fuck
people.
them.
Yeah, that's what happened. So I waited and I watched Lost in Space instead, and I finished that.
Oh,
So
you on that bullshit.
Yeah.
Witcher
All
came
right.
out way before that. Anyway.
Yeah,
Let me
let's
just,
get into
so
Witcher.
there's been a couple of comments to us on Facebook, and I think even Twitter, asking us like how to like kind of break down the series, because people are kind of confused.
Yeah.
And now that I've watched it and I've read the book, the first Witcher book, Blood of Elves, I understand how there's confusion if you don't know about like The Witcher. And I played the 3 as well. I haven't beat it, but I played it. I'm gonna go back and play it now, like the rest of these assholes that have played the game. Anyway, if you are watching The Witcher and you're slightly confused from the beginning, let me just give you a really big hint. It's in 2 different timelines. All right, so when you're watching Geralt of Rivia, we have a conversation before this.
Yeah. He says Geralt. I say Geralt.
No, I said Geralt, and then you said it was Geralt.
Geralt.
Geralt. All right. However you want to say it.
However, it doesn't matter to
Yeah.
me. Go, keep going.
Yeah, you say arigato like I say arigato. Anyway, when you're watching Ciri, it's in a continual timeline of her life.
Yep.
When she was like, I guess, like 13 or 14, going forward. When you're watching, I'll just say The Witcher. All right. When you're watching The
Say how
Witcher,
you want.
yeah, when you're watching The Witcher, it is in the past, leading up to her being like 13 or 14 years old.
Yeah.
So when you actually first start watching, you know, The Witcher, it's before she was even fucking born.
Yes.
So when they start talking about the law of surprise, the surprise is fucking her.
Yes.
She's the surprise, because it was something that they didn't know they had to give to The Witcher.
Yes.
So I think that hopefully will help a lot of viewers out that are watching the show. Because to me, I was like, it was kind of odd at first, and then but I already knew the relationship between Ciri and Geralt, however you want to say it. I already knew about the relationship, so it wasn't odd to me. But if you're watching the show, they probably should have put like a year, like a timestamp.
Yeah.
Between it when they went back and forth, and it also doesn't help that when with The Witcher there are time jumps.
Yes, sir.
And that they don't really explain.
Nope.
So there's time jumps like when they first start the show, and then time jump to when they have Yennefer.
Yes.
That's also before there was Ciri.
Yes.
So that I understand how that can be confusing, but hopefully this kind of shitty explanation will help you out.
No. Yeah.
So-
That's a pinpoint perfect and accurate. Man, this is a powerhouse fucking show, man.
It is.
Like, first of all, okay, you know what I'm always focused on. 2 things whenever there's a new show: how's the violence, and the sword fighting was absolutely fucking excellent.
Oh yeah.
And then how they animate titties. And there's a whole lot of fucking nice anime titties on this.
Titties,
so, win fucking win, and a hit song. You know what I mean?
If you don't have the Tots according to your winter song stuck in your head like I do, that's like one of the best songs. Like seriously, like any show ever.
The Bard is hilarious.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny is that people are also confused. So if you read the books, that's not the Bard's name.
Okay, yeah.
So
there's even a different one in the third game.
Okay.
By name, yeah.
Right, but the problem is that if you are reading the books, his name is Dandelion, also known as Dandelion.
Yep, that's him.
But in the show, his name is Jaskar.
Yes.
Well, from what I've read, that there's a certain translation of Polish, Jaskar means dandelion.
There you go. Yeah.
So that's like the problem that most people have.
Yep.
But if you read the books,
yeah,
Jaskar is Dandelion.
Yeah.
But it's weird because in the books, like if you read Blood of Elves, Blood of Elves happens after the Witcher show.
Yes.
So when you're reading Blood of Elves, it occurs way after The Witcher and Ciri have met. And do I want to spoil Ciri?
Yeah, I mean you got to go.
Okay,
It's been out for 2+ weeks.
Ciri goes to like train to be a Witcher,
Yes.
and so like I already know that she's. I already knew that from the game.
Yeah.
But
Karen Morin.
Yeah, Karen Morin. So in the book, she's already in Karen Morin, and it's a place where normally Witchers are always males.
Yep.
And they're training a female for the first time.
Yep.
And it gets confusing because they don't really know how to treat a female, and so they're trying not to give her like the Witcher mutagens. They're giving her stimulants, but not mutagens.
Yeah.
And they don't really give a shit about the fact that she's like a female coming of age. So they don't really understand that she has periods and shit.
Yep.
And so that's when they have to like recall in the show, they have to get Triss Marigold to come out. And she's like, what the fuck? Like, she's on her period, like you're having to do all this fucking crazy shit.
Yeah.
And you can't do that, and the stimulants are making it worse. And then eventually they have to call Yennefer to come out and like finish her training as a mage.
Yeah.
And it's like it's way deeper. So the book is kind of it's a little dry, but I can understand the appeal to it. I'm gonna read the rest of the books and let you know how it goes, but it's definitely like a departure from the books, but it's the same definite characters.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's actually kind of refreshing to see kind of like the backstory to Yennefer, Triss, Geralt, however you want to say his name, and Ciri and like some other ancillary characters like before the book.
Absolutely. I'm going to say this, and I think I've said this before on the air, but I love this universe, this Witcher world. I was excited about it prior to even the show. I knew the show was going to be. I had a really good feeling the show was going to be a hit, and it definitely is. That and Mandalorian, top shows in terms of streaming or whatever for this year, along with I think Stranger Things. But the thing I want to say is, you got to remember this is all out of I can't pronounce his fucking last name, but the Polish writer,
Polish guy,
yeah, a Polish writer. You don't know. You listening to us don't know shit about Polish folklore or many Polish writings, and this was translated from Polish into English and whatnot. And then most people, the overwhelming amount of nerds, heard about this via the video games, which were a huge success. One on PC and Xbox 360, and then this last one, the obviously juggernaut one, Wild Hunt, which was on basically everything.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because that's actually like one of my small critiques for the show is that the show, this might piss somebody off, the show is actually too diverse.
Yeah, we definitely need to. I agree with that because I agree with you on that because this is going to sound weird coming from an African American man.
I'll fix it for you in a second. Go ahead and say it, and I'll fix it for you.
But to people, and this is what I've heard from them, the people in Poland and the Poland and Slavic communities, even the ones here in the West and whatnot, they don't get a lot of stories about them.
Yes.
They get almost nothing about their folklore and culture, especially not anything positive. The only thing you really know about Central or Eastern Europe is some really terrible stuff with like Dracula times and some terrible war stuff in the 90s during the Clinton era.
And Polak jokes.
Yeah, exactly, which are offensive and racist and shit. So this, and I mentioned this before, I think back in 2011 or whenever, I think it was during the Obama administration, he went to Poland and literally they gave him the video game because CD Projekt Red's Witcher games are a cultural icon for the country of Poland and the Polish people. That's how big it is. It's not just a game. So when you take Polish folklore and ethnically Polish characters and you say, fuck where this is from, I'm going to put this character for Western diversity's sake in here, I totally get where the Polish and Slavic people complaints come from, and they're just like, why are you changing this when we don't get much? We get crumbs.
Yeah, let me quantify this. It'd be like if 'cause this is an obscure country that I've been to. It's Djibouti. It's in Africa. Full of black people. Obviously, it's in fucking Africa. In a part of Africa that's full of black people. All right. It's not like Egypt or some other places that have Middle Easterners. It's full of black people. All right. It's if they had a story about Djibouti and they decided to toss in a bunch of Europeans for the sake of diversity. To me, that's how odd it is. I'm just like, why are you making Triss black when this is a Polish story? And if that offends you, then you really need to reevaluate the way you think about diversity. You really do, because it's a Polish story. You know what I mean? And they're based upon like Polish folklore, and it's like it's probably one of the biggest exports ever, if not the biggest export ever, from Poland. And the fact that they just decided to diversify for no fucking reason is odd. Don't get me wrong. The story's good. I like the actress that plays. I like the diverse characters, but it's when I see them though, it's just like I'm thinking in the back of my head,
why are you there?
Well, yeah, why aren't they Caucasian?
Exactly.
You're like, what the fuck?
Well, I will go because I have to be fair.
And hold on.
Go ahead.
If somebody says I'm an Uncle Tom for saying that, you're fucking stupid.
Oh, no.
All right, you're fucking stupid, and you have no original thought in your fucking brain. And like I said, if we had a story that was based in Africa, and you decide to toss in white characters, you'd be just like, look at fucking Gods of Egypt.
Oh yeah, and all that controversy.
It's
or Ghost
to
in the
me,
Shell.
because I'm not Polish, it's not as egregious.
Yeah.
But if somebody's from Poland, it'd be just as or more egregious.
I get all of their complaints. I'm also going to say quickly this: even with the European white characters, you need more Polish accents. Because what I hear is Scottish, and I hear British accents, and I know deep down if I went to Poland and I talked to somebody about it, they'd be like, y'all didn't even make an attempt, even with the white characters, to keep this culturally us.
This story literally should be a love story of Poland.
It really should.
It should be.
I'm going to tell you this. I played through the whole game of Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I would have played through 2 and 1 if it was on PS4, but in any event, it made me want to go to Poland. I want to see some of these. I don't know shit about Poland.
Yeah.
I want to fucking visit. God damn it. I really do. You know, after Tokyo, because I'm going for that Olympics. But I mean, I want to see some of this stuff just because, just like when you watched Lord of the Rings, and even though all we knew is it was filmed in New Zealand, you wanted to see those sites, didn't you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel the same way. Let me see some of these castles. Let me see some of these fields and whatnot. It's cool. And now, don't get me wrong. That Redbone is playing Triss is a bad one. She is good looking as fuck.
And she's a good actress.
Yeah, and she's a good actress. I don't have any problem with her.
And the same thing with the African American kid that was Ciri's friend.
Yeah.
The elf.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the sorceress at the end, who was doing some badass shit.
They were, but it's just like at the same time, it's like this is one of the things where like diversity kind of goes a little too far.
You know what? Y'all would be mad in the Mulan movie if Matt Damon shows up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Starts Matt Damoning it up. So I get that. Now, all that aside, this is a fun fucking show, man. Yeah. Oh, man. The sword fighting, and everybody was hinting about this. Remember earlier in this year? They were like, people were hinting that, hey, it's rumored that these sword fights and battles are actually even more entertaining and violent than Game of Thrones.
They're fucking brutal. Yeah.
They delivered.
Hold on. That being said, this show is not Game of Thrones.
I will certainly agree. I have to go back and see Game of Thrones season 1 for a direct comparison.
No, okay, hold on. So when you say that, all right. So when people compare, you weren't on the last podcast. Mm-hmm. So when people say that this show is either as good or better than Game of Thrones, you're fucking high. All right, if y'all remember, look at the first season of Game of Thrones. The end of the first season, the main character fucking died.
That was great.
The main character fucking died.
Ned, right?
Yeah. The Witcher's not gonna fucking die.
No.
All right, he's not gonna die in any fucking season. All right, that's not gonna happen.
No.
Also, there's not gonna be any fucking shit as crazy as the Red Wedding. Like that,
No,
there was nothing even close to that in this whole entire season.
I concur. I will say the Red Wedding was one of those episodes where I didn't want to go into work the next 2 days.
It was traumatizing.
Yeah. They stabbed a pregnant woman that we cared about and then slit her throat and then slit the mama's throat and the son's or the husband's throat.
That shit was all fucked up.
That shit was foul.
But don't get me wrong, the show is good, but just you can't. I think people that say that this show is as good or better than Game of Thrones are either first of all, you're a fucking moron and you have a short memory. All right, you're thinking of just the last season of Game of Thrones, and even the last season of Game of Thrones, they had some pretty epic fucking battles.
They did.
But still, if you look at the series as a whole, it's a fucking really good series, and it's hard to top.
It definitely is. I think there's always going to be comparisons when we're talking about folklore-y and magic and sword fighting or whatever time period medieval stuff in European whatever.
Yeah.
And I totally get that. And I do think that Witcher knocked it out of the park.
Oh yeah, it's definitely good.
You know, for me, I don't have to do the comparison thing. Like I said, I haven't watched Game of Thrones season 1 in a long time. I'll never forget Jaime pushing motherfucking what's his name out the window. I mean, that was an epic scene.
After he got done fucking his sister.
Yeah, I mean, there's some wow moments. But I saw a fucking orgy in this. You know what I mean? I do like orgy. I do like magic orgies. Yeah, you know what I mean? And you know what? Them scenes in the tub with Yennefer and fucking Geralt. Oh man!
Can I say Yennefer is fucking fine? I was like, man, she went from like I don't know how they fucking uglied her up, but man, like I mean I saw what they did with like her cheek. She probably had some cotton balls or some shit in her cheek. And then like she had her hunch shit, and like they uglied her up, and then like all of a sudden when she went through that fucking transformation, I was like, what?
She makes this work.
Yeah.
Like that in the song, and then obviously the stuff with the True Witcher. This goes hard.
Wait until season 2. So obviously season 2 is going to be really interesting because that's when Ciri should go to Kaer Morhen and she learns how to be a Witcher. But Ciri she's a fucking badass.
She sure is.
And I think that she's somebody that might eclipse Arya Stark, maybe.
Yeah. She's in that vein.
Yeah, she'll be a similar type character. So for people that are watching the show that know nothing about The Witcher, Ciri is gonna be a fucking badass.
I'll also say too, this was mostly about Geralt and Yen. There is quite a bit of history with Triss, and Triss was overlooked in season 1. Triss has her own backstory. Triss has her own interactions. Triss is powerful and badass as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, man, you got to get caught up, old ninja.
Yeah, I know. I felt fucked over, but I plan on watching it. But
and it's only 8 episodes.
Yeah, and the Lost in Space is 10. So I was waiting on the people, and they forged ahead, and I'm like, what the fuck? So
most people don't like you.
Well, that's fine. Most people don't. So
God damn.
It's whatever.
Holy fucking shit.
Shit, I gotta watch The Expanse. I haven't watched any of The Expanse yet.
I haven't either. I'm gonna get caught up maybe this weekend.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and I love that show, and we've been talking about it for a while, but I need to catch up. Probably on next week I'll start watching some episodes. Because I read the book up to this season.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I tend to forget of the things that are on Amazon. Like, I don't remember as easily.
Amazon doesn't get enough credit. Obviously, old ninja's like, fuck Amazon for some odd reason.
Yep.
But, I mean, Amazon, like, The Boys is really good.
Yeah.
They had, what was that show with, I think it was Jack Ryan or something like that?
Jack Ryan, yeah.
Yeah, they have some good shows on there. You know, the Man on High Castle, there's a few that was highly rated. There were a bunch of other ones, too. But, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to The Expanse.
Yeah. Real quick, just finishing up one last thing for The Witcher. There are some awesome fucking comic books as well. Like, you know, if you don't want to do play the game or actually watch a TV show or actually read the books, the comic is excellent. And I've read 3 or 4 of the trade paperbacks of them. Violent, truly great art and great story. So check those out as well.
Yeah, and I'm glad that the author. He renegotiated with CD Projekt Red.
Yeah.
To make more games, and I'm glad he's gonna get paid now because I heard they kind of got fucked over. But I think it's also because his book wasn't that big.
Yeah, that's an important distinction. It wasn't that big, and he also underestimated and didn't understand the video game industry because he's an old Polish fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, but it's easy though. I mean, like most people, if you asked anybody today, like, what is the highest selling form of media of all time?
Yeah.
And they didn't say it was GTA 5.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you're right. Most people don't know. The average
they don't
person doesn't know.
GTA 5 is the highest fucking selling medium of all time
Yeah.
as far as dollar amount goes.
Yep.
It's any fucking movie, it eclipses it.
Absolutely. And that game came out in 2013.
Yeah, and it's still selling.
Yeah, like hotcakes.
Yeah.
Every fucking year.
And The Witcher 3, actually, they've had, since The Witcher came out,
Yeah, good.
The Witcher 3 has sold, people have been playing the game or sold more than launch.
Yes.
So that's fucking amazing.
You never see that. The Netflix show has raised the game value. Even the stock value of CD Projekt Red has gone up double digits.
That means good things for Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, dude.
I'm just saying.
and again, shout out to this relatively small Polish video game studio that was obscure and unfucking known.
That we're getting, they got government funds to make The Witcher.
Dude.
How?
Yeah. Fucking how?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, let me know when you finish that all the way through. Don't forget the DLC. Woo, that was a hell of a game. That took me all of 2016. I put like 100 hours in that bad boy. Great.
Speaking of which, putting in hours into a game, is there something you want to admit to the people out there, Prodigy?
Here we go.
Something you want to say?
Okay.
What the fuck?
I'll start off the new year with one confession. I prematurely, I know Kronos is going to disagree, but I prematurely shit on Monster Hunter World a little bit.
This motherfucker.
I'm backtracking and doing a 180, goddammit.
do that backtracking.
I'm about to get this dude the weed card.
It is a serious weeb game. It is not a perfect game. I am not saying it is a perfect game, goddammit, but it has gotten its fucking hooks deep goddamn into me. Yeah. And I like the gameplay loop, not the hub, not some of the mechanics, not even some of the crafting, but the gameplay loop of let me kill big monster with my giant fucking hammer, get better armor, repeat. I do fucking like that.
Yeah, you go.
And I like improving my master rank or whatever now, and Iceborne has even better cutscenes and monsters in world. I got 45 fucking hours in, and I'm going to be in the triple fucking digits on this game.
Oh yeah,
Sad
especially.
I shit on it so fucking hard because nothing was intuitive. Like they tried to make it difficult. You know,
It's like, well, Kronos had said this before because he had heard it, and I echo it. But this is the best Monster Hunter ever produced.
Dude, there's so many things I want to change.
The other, dude, it took a minute for them to make these changes. Like previous Monster Hunters are even more complicated than this.
Jesus, I can't imagine.
This is streamlined compared to previous Monster Hunters. What the fuck? Super streamlined.
What kind of weeb game were you playing prior?
That's like saying this is the best booty warrior ever. Like this guy will definitely fuck you in the ass the best, even though you don't want it. They will definitely do it for you.
But you do want this though. I mean, I enjoyed I played 2 of them. I have the one on the PSP and I have the one Monster Hunter Tri, and now I have this one Monster Hunter World. I mean, you don't make like a game that becomes your best-selling one of all time out of your complete like 20-year history, and then have a
30-year, man.
20, 30, 25, whatever. And then you have a DLC that's so big that it is unheard of to have a demo for DLC.
That's not unheard of. Anyway,
What DLC had a demo?
They've had demo for
DLC.
before. Yeah, they have.
Who? What?
I'm
Which
trying
game?
to think, but I've been drinking.
I will say this.
I have never personally heard of a demo for DLC.
Iceborne is actually a real... It is a DLC, but it's actually a sequel. That's what it really is.
It feels like it. It's so fucking huge. There's even more shit to do in Iceborne than there was in the original game.
I am so fuck that game. The first person that listens to this podcast and tells me I want this game, I will ship you my copy of the game for fucking free.
There you go.
I'll go be the MBTI on Twitter and DM us and just tell me I want the game. I'll fucking ship you mine.
And then we can hunt.
And yeah, we can hunt. You can hunt with at the old ninja.
I gotta find it first.
at Cthulhu's Prodigy on Twitter.
Listen,
and squad up.
I will either find it and ship it to you, or I'll buy you a fucking new one if I can't find it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know what it is. I know where it is. But if
It's
I can't find
probably-
it, I will buy you it and I'll ship it to you free of charge. I won't even fucking charge for shipping.
And I will say this. I would have done exactly the same thing about 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's fucking hooks in me, and I'm fucking mad about
That's
it.
because you're a weeb. It's all good.
I'm weaving hard.
Oh damn! Yeah, we are. We
And it is a true, you know what? It's a weeb as service game.
Yeah.
That's what it
really
is.
Yeah.
It's a grind.
Yeah, it is a grind, but it's a fun grind, and it's not like punishing because when you get it and you're rewarded, and the game rewards you for helping other
I think it's
people.
funny. I'm gonna check Twitter right now just in case.
Yeah, dude. If you in the chat, literally,
you're in the chat, fucking
hit
tweet
him
at us.
up. You
Yeah.
can get a free fucking PS4 game right fucking now, motherfucker.
Yeah, sorry, it's on PS4 only because I
Yeah.
have it on PS4. I'm definitely not buying you some bullshit ass fucking Xbox game.
Yeah. Get a free game. Hit Chronos
Get a
up.
free game. No. I mean, just put it on the Be the MBTI
Yeah.
Twitter page, and I'll if you want to do it on Cronus, I'm Cronus Alpha Geek on Twitter. If you do it on there too, I'll send it to you.
That's fucking awesome. That's the first giveaway of 2020.
It is.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah. I have so many fucking games that I don't play anymore
Yeah, let's.
that
you know,
I'm fine with giving them away.
you know what? That might be a new tradition. At least once a month, maybe
Yeah.
we give away a game.
Yeah, and that one I'm definitely not playing anymore. So feel free.
What are you playing though?
Right now I'm back on Borderlands 3. So I was playing Jedi Fallen Order for a little while, and then the Moxie's Heist came out for Borderlands 3.
yeah. Oh yeah. How the hell do you get that much money? Explain this.
Oh, you talking about how much money
In the game, yeah. I'm like, how the fuck?
dude? I played it for a day, and I probably got $12 million in the game.
Hold up. The correct answer to how did you get that much money is I've been had money.
Yeah.
What the fuck? We know this.
Yeah.
If you just go around and just loot like everything, you get so much fucking money.
Damn.
Like from like the normal chest and the various fucking like slot machines.
Yeah.
You get, for some reason, I don't know if they're gonna fix this shit, but you get a shitload of money. Because like I remember I was sitting there and I was like, why do I have like $12 million? I was like, what the fuck? And so I decided to like start buying SDU upgrades.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so I bought a bunch of those. Then all of a sudden, now again, I have like $10 million again.
Yeah.
Like, I went down to like maybe $250,000. Now I have $12 million again.
Yeah.
Damn.
So because each SDU or whatever, each
SDU.
upgrade.
Stargate SGU.
Yeah, the final upgrade is 2.7 or 2.5 million.
It's child's play in this. Like
yeah.
when you play
So
the Moxie-
if you're low on money, you can do this. But
Yeah.
I haven't played Borderlands 3 since like in a while because I've been on Modern Warfare as well as Monster Hunter World.
I'm not sure if they're calculating it right because I'm walking around. I'm actually watching the amount I'm getting, and it'll say that like $14,000. Blah blah blah. And I'm not sure if I'm just clicking like really fast, but like it adds up like really quickly.
I mean,
Do you have a perk maybe? That's
I don't fucking
yeah.
know.
multiplier perk
I
or
don't,
something?
I don't think I do.
well,
but
there's the money grenade too. I mean, that's
I'm not even using that. Bro.
Yeah, me and Stitch. I mean, we were using the one where you have to fight 5 waves with that grenade. We come out with like 5 million from that though, but that took a minute.
Yeah,
That's like an hour.
This is just me normally playing the game and looting normal loot boxes, and I'm just like, I have a shitload of money. I'm rich, bitch.
Damn.
Like, it's that easy, and and there's also some like really cool guns in this DLC. Like I was telling Prodigy earlier, I have this gun that's not even fucking legendary. It's a blue gun. I was using for a minute, and it's this fucking Tor gun that shoots faster than a Vladov gun, but it's all rockets.
Goddamn.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why are there so many rockets? And then I found this other one that it's dangerous. It's also a Tor gun, and it like shoots out these fucking razor blades on the ground like randomly, and they explode, and they just bounce off walls and shit, and it's just like fucking chaos. There's so many fucking really good guns that are in this DLC. It's pretty insane. I also found like some Hyperion gun. So it's an Hyperion gun where it gives you like the shield in the front, and you can shoot where it gets like more and more accurate.
Yeah.
But also when you reload, he just fucking tosses it.
I love it.
Like a fucking two-door gun.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay. I guess this is
Does
the thing now.
Moxie do her sexy routine in the
Oh, yeah.
cutscenes?
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course, you know.
And then I found like some other Vladov gun that's like a. What is it? It's a. If you start getting Moxie's heist, make sure to equip corrosive guns.
Ooh, nice.
I'll just give you a hint.
Yeah.
So you need corrosive guns in this shit, like heavily. But I found like this Vladov fucking machine gun. I have like this artifact that gives me like an extra, like I think it's like 40% to my magazine.
Yeah.
So a Vladov gun that has an insanely high fire rate, but also has a magazine of 100 and like fucking 37 or some
God
shit.
damn.
So and it just eats away like everything.
Shit.
So it's pretty unfair. Yeah, it's a good DLC.
Nice.
It's a really good DLC.
I bought it. I just need to carve out some time. Put down Monster Hunter and start playing.
Stop playing that Wii bullshit.
Oh damn. Monster Hunter you be stuck.
Yeah, man.
You be getting you stuck. In fact, I'm probably gonna hunt tonight.
I did.
Oh, Ninja, you gotta hunt for pussy.
Oh, damn.
Don't be like Ray or a Finn in the rain, singing. I did pick up Death Stranding. I have not started it yet. I do want to start that one.
Oh,
give
man.
that an opportunity because I heard great things from you guys.
Yeah, I just gotta tell you, like, if you play the game, it's gonna be a little different. All right.
Okay.
So, the first 2 episodes that you play, just get through it as fast as possible.
Okay.
Don't do any fucking side missions.
Yeah,
I
no
think it's
side
like the first
missions.
2 or 3. Do no side missions.
Got it.
If you do side missions, you're gonna hate the fucking game.
Yeah,
Okay.
you do. Its side missions will add like 2-3 hours.
God damn.
Yeah, and it's 2 or 3 hours of like suffering.
That's a lot.
Of bullshit.
Yeah.
Like getting through the first 2 episodes will take you 2.5 hours, maybe 3.
Okay.
Yeah, once
So-
you get to like episode 3 or 4, you have some freedom. Then you could do like side missions. Where
Yeah.
the side missions are actually advantageous.
Yeah, those missions will help you. The first ones are kind of like, I guess they're tutorials, but they're kind of worthless.
Yeah, like they add nothing to the game. I wish they would have like, and I understand. So if you're playing the game, you don't understand how it works, then I guess play the side missions.
Okay.
But if you have a good grasp on how the game works, just play 0 side missions. Just get through that shit. Because like the first like part you're in is like, it's annoying.
Gotcha.
It can get annoying. I played the side missions and I got through because I understood what was happening.
Yeah.
But if you just skip that shit, just do it as fast as possible.
I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
that in fucking mind.
Yeah, because I think a lot of folks that complain about the game, they're like, oh, it's just some, you're just carrying around packages and it's some fetch quest. Like, there are people that didn't have fun in the first, like, 2 episodes.
Yeah, I knew people who quit like before
Yeah.
they got to episode 3.
And it's understandable.
Yeah, I get it too, because they really wanted to like the game. They were like, the graphics are dope, like it's pretty scary, but like it's kind of weird, and like it becomes like monotonous for a bit, and you're like, well, what do I do? Like, it starts to wane on you, and it picks up when you hit to the next episode.
Okay.
When you reach like new areas and shit, and then like you get more into the story, you find out what's going on, you learn more about the BTs, and you actually get weapons to combat them, because you don't get shit in the beginning.
Yeah,
and like
you're fucked.
you get like grenades at the very end of like episode 2 or some shit. It's fucking tricky. It's weird, but when you later on, it becomes more action orientated, I guess.
Good shit.
Yeah, like, so when you're like the first, 2-3 episodes or whatever, like, basically you get like these, like, piss grenades.
Piss and shit grenades.
They're not very effective
That's fucking hilarious.
against monsters.
Sounds like something out of South Park Stick of Truth. You know?
Yeah, like for real. It's just like you just get through that shit as fast as
Yeah,
possible.
you have 3 grenades. You have piss, shit, and your sour residue grenades.
Yeah, and they're not
So nut.
not effective. And then later in the game, you get like blood grenades, which is like
Yeah.
even more weird. But
But
Oh, Jesus.
those work. Those are
they
good.
do work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Those work really well.
Yeah, once you like understand like the mechanics of like, so when I was playing the game, like you obviously you have to carry around like cargo,
Yeah.
but you also have to like carry around shit to defend yourself. So I was like defense heavy. Like I would have like a couple of guns on me, some fucking blood grenades, shit like that. But if you played it like a normal courier,
Yeah.
and you got jacked by a BT, which is basically a fucking ghost,
Yeah.
like you're gonna fucking hate this
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
You're just
you'll
like,
hate it.
I can't do anything. Like,
Yeah, it'll definitely feel like you're fucking trapped. And so what I was doing is once I got access to a vehicle, I'd always have shit on the vehicle, like weapons and like backup stuff. So I have weapons on me, defensive stuff, and I would keep like my mission critical shit in the vehicle.
Okay.
Oh,
So
no,
then-
I kept that shit on my back.
Yeah, I did the reverse because I didn't want to keep like having to repair it or whatever. So I would keep it in the vehicle.
Oh, you didn't keep the spray on you?
I have that. No, I have that on me as
Okay.
well. But I would have my weapons on me. So
Did you
if
keep
I
that
got in
motherfucking
trouble-
thing on you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
that
kept
way,
the
if
thing on me.
if I ran into the Marauders or whatever, or a BT, I'd just bust out a weapon, just boom, 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 and then go back in the vehicle and take off. Because the vehicles are the fastest way, obviously, to ride. But you also get the what are they called? Like the thing with the rope, and you can tail it behind you. What do they call that thing?
Oh, yeah, the floating thing.
Yeah,
I use that
the
a few
floating
times.
landing
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, you can use that too. That'll help you.
But then you can't use vehicle.
No.
But yeah, it's like the mechanics of the game are like, once you understand it, the game will get better.
Okay.
But if you don't understand it, the game is gonna be like it'll suck.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing as like Metal Gear Solid. You know, what I
Yeah.
mean? Like Metal Gear Solid is like there's a learning curve.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
So yeah, but like I said, this is the story of the game. Like this is like probably the only game where I almost cried at
Wow.
the end. Like it's fucking powerful.
Yeah, that's what convinced me to go ahead and pull the trigger. I definitely want to experience it. Are there any?
You want to feel the feels?
Yeah. Are there any games that you guys like missed for 19 that you're going back and trying to finish up now?
There's a lot of games I need to finish that I got, and one of them is the game that everyone keeps talking about. Is Control.
I
Control.
gotta play that, yeah.
Control. I actually stopped playing because it was freaking me out. 'Cause
Goddamn.
I kept playing with my headphones, and it's weird. It's pretty similar to Death Stranding, but more action orientated. Like if you cut out the tutorial of of Death Stranding, and you're instead of roaming through a countryside, you're stuck in a building.
Yeah.
With like crazy floating people that are chanting weird fucking shit, and the closer you get, it's fucking weird, and some of them become possessed. And you gotta fucking kill them, and then creatures come at you. It's fucked up. It's a fucked up game, but
Game
it
of
has
the-
a fucked up story.
It was
too.
Game of the Year by IGN.
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah.
and I mean, it does have a little bit of technical issues. If there's a lot of shit going on the screen, frame rate will drop significantly.
Oh.
Unless you're on an Xbox One X or PlayStation Pro, it'll maintain. There'll be a little bit of slowdown, but if you're on a normal system, it'll drop. So
Damn.
it'll drop a bit, but you can get through it.
It's so weird for me as like a PC gamer that we have like these mid-life cycle upgrades to consoles,
Yeah.
and that will significantly improve upon your gaming experience.
Yeah.
Because like for me, that's a PC thing.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? So if you're, which I still am, a PC gamer, like if your shit starts slowing down, like you have to buy a new graphics card, right? That's
Yep.
like you want to get a decent one, it's like $400.
Yep.
So like it's funny that this like it permeated into console gaming.
Oh, for sure. And here's the thing, too. I mean, consoles in general get a whole lot from PCs, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, they get entire genres sometimes from
Well,
PCs.
well, especially now because they're using like similar components.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because before it was like hush hush, like what are we using?
Yeah.
But now we know this shit is Nvidia. This shit is AMD. So,
Exactly.
And like the Xbox is basically running PC shit. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we're going to hear more and more about that in the coming months this year.
Yeah,
Because, I
because
mean, there's 2 new consoles dropping.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy towards the end. I mean, they've already announced launch titles for at least I know the Xbox and PS5 too. Obviously, they're talking about games that are already gonna drop for the new system. So it's just gonna get more crazy. I'm hoping to see more announcements as the months come in.
Don't you worry.
Well, this is an exciting time for gaming because if we look at the previous generations of consoles, we usually get some of the very best of the dying console generation at the end. So I'm very interested to see, and then we get kind of some iffy games
Yeah,
for the new generation. But
Oh yeah. Launch titles.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to like this dying generation. Like what's the PS4 going to give us? To me, this has been a very short generation of games.
Yep.
Like the console cycle, it's been short.
I feel like
Also-
it's been short as well.
Really? I felt long on this one.
Nah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
feel,
it's-
compared to Xbox 360 and the PS3, those
Yeah,
had
it's
long.
much
Okay.
shorter.
That had a long
Like,
lifetime.
Caveat with that. And I agree. It was a little bit longer, but the big caveat with that was the global financial recession extended that life cycle. Usually it's like 5 or 6 years.
Well, yeah, but I don't think it's usually 5 or 6 years. No, I mean look at like the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo and those lasted a while. Actually,
I feel like Super Nintendo was
let's see.
5 years or
Yeah,
so.
I think Super Nintendo
5
might have been
years.
6, 7 years, maybe.
Okay.
It was less than 10 for sure.
Because the one after that was what, N64?
After the Super Nintendo, I believe so.
Yeah. Or let's see what maybe I have my 90s consoles slightly wrong.
Then after the N64
Okay,
is
so
the GameCube.
the Nintendo launched in 1983.
Yeah, but that was Japan only. Wasn't it North America 84, 85?
The first Nintendo? No.
Yeah, NES?
The American launch. Was
Yeah, because I feel like there was a
year gap.
almost a.
Possibly. There might have been
I thought there was a slight gap.
there
but
might
I
have been
could
a
be wrong.
6 months
No,
gap.
there was no gap. It was not. It was. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. 1985.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, that's a big gap.
A 2-year gap.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's a huge gap.
Yeah, so. And it was still pumping out hits all the way till 90.
That's 5 years.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
said. 5 years, 5-6 years.
Yeah, I feel like this current console generation still has life.
Oh
in
wait,
it.
hold on. That was a Super Famicom. It didn't come into America until South America. Where's North America? It
Feels
was
like
in '91, so that was a year later.
for the Super.
Yeah, for Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
So let's look at the PS3 launch.
PS3 was longer.
Yeah, way longer.
I completely agree.
Shit, they
Because that was 05 to 13
That was 2006.
Six.
It launched,
to 13
and
or
then
14.
Yeah, that was a while, man.
Yeah, that's what I agree.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that was right in the middle of that was like a horrible global financial recession that extended it longer than it normally would have been.
Well, let's look at the PS2.
yeah, PS2 was hella units.
Yeah, well, it's the highest selling.
So I mean, we'll still
So 2000 is when it launched in America, and let's see the PS3.
To 206 or 06.
6 years. Yeah.
Yeah, 5-6 years. That's,
So when was the PS4 launched?
14 or 13. Was it 13 or 14? It was either the end of 13 or the beginning of or end of 14.
yeah. So that gives it a
13. End of 13.
Yeah. So that's.
It still feels short.
It does feel short.
That's 7 years. Though.
Yeah, it's still. I feel like maybe it's because of the previous consoles lasted so long, and there's still some good games that were coming out
Yeah.
towards the end.
13 was a great year for the PS3.
I mean, I won't be surprised. I mean, we're supposed to get Last of Us 2 this year.
It was good but bad. Remember, like when for me, when the PS3 got announced, I was waiting on Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
that shit didn't get launched until like almost 2 years later.
Yeah. That was rough. That was a long wait. Yeah.
But it was Kojima-san. So.
And I loved me some 4. I'm still pissed that I have not been able to play Metal Gear Solid 4 or 3 or any of those other ones on the PS4, right?
Yeah, that is what they need to remaster. But I also think there's like probably a conflict between Hideo Kojima and
Konami.
Yeah.
I'll give even though I love CD Projekt Red, they need to release Witcher 1 and 2 on as a bundle or something, and Mass Effect.
Well,
as a
I feel
bundle.
like
I
if
thought
they
they
did, no,
Oh,
they
it's on.
didn't.
I know it's on Steam.
Yeah.
I don't know about the console.
I feel like if they had to do that, they'd really need to redo the controls.
Absolutely.
Because what I've learned from like older games, so I went to go play Saints Row the Second. Holy Jesus, the controls are so bad. I was like, I can't fucking do this.
Yeah.
That's back on the PS3 days, and I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah. You can't always go back gaming wise. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? No, I'm definitely with that.
Sometimes you can though.
Some games are fucking. Look, we already talked about GTA 5 came out in 13.
Yep.
Still fucking up flames and shit. I need to still play. They got a new casino fucking heist
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It
Huge
looks
heist.
dope as
You
shit.
son of a bitch.
Yeah. Any games for you, Kronos, that you're missed in 19 going back, or you still want to get to in your log?
Well, I'm still playing, Fallen Order. Well, I'm playing Borderlands right now, like, to be honest with you. But I want to play Control. Mm-hmm. I want to beat Fallen Order. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of games. I mean, I played a bunch of games in, 2019. It's weird that it's 2020.
Yep.
I mean, listen, I was born in 1979, so for me to, like, get to 2020, it's fucking very odd. It's very odd.
We weren't supposed to make it this long, man.
Yeah, I'm black. I'm like, 25. I should have died.
I'm out of this bitch.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like, listen, if you're young, like, listen, if you're listening to this podcast and you're 25, it's like when, like, 2045 comes up, it's gonna seem very odd to you.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's a fucking weirdness.
Oh, actually, I mean, I don't own a Switch, but some of the Nintendo games I wouldn't mind Like the
Breath of
Zelda,
the Wild.
Breath of the Wild
Great
would be an
game.
interesting one.
Yeah.
The
But that was
Super
this
Mario-
gen, though. I
Yeah,
thought you were
but
talking
I
about
don't-
older ones.
Yeah, but that's 2019.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I mean, there's stuff I never played, like the Far Cry ones, New Dawn and
What?
Columbia-
You didn't play those?
Nah, I didn't play any of them. There's so much shit going on. Other games were out that I just skipped those. I was interested in Rage 2, but I didn't get a chance to play that one.
Rage 2 was pretty good.
Yeah.
Way better than the first one.
Oh, the game that Prodigy and myself saw at Comic-Con years ago. Kronos was playing and he liked, which was the Mad Max game.
Oh,
that
yeah.
looked pretty sick.
that game was dope.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
If you like Batman games and you wanted to just do some Mad Max shit, it's basically Mad Max and Batman.
I'm fucking down. I love those games.
And you have your car is basically like a whole other character.
Yeah, that's fucking dope. You know what I would love to see return, speaking of cars, I'd still fucking love to see a modern,
Burnout?
completely remade, not even Burnout, Twisted Metal. That was a great
yeah.
franchise for them back in the PS2 days.
Yeah.
Fucking love that shit.
What else is there? The Metroid series.
Oh, yeah.
Or not
the
Metroid.
Prime.
They're making it still. Yeah.
The Metro series.
Oh,
Sorry.
Metro.
Metro,
That's totally
not
different.
Metroid.
There's a new one coming out right now.
Yeah, I haven't played any of those.
I actually picked that up on super discount for like $15. Exodus. I want to
Yeah,
throw it.
Metro
Yeah,
Exodus is the most current one.
They're okay.
They're just okay? Okay.
Yeah, they're not the greatest games.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll see.
Yeah.
Hold on, they're about.
Also, I kind of wanted to what I want to see, because Capcom's got money now, is them to fix the Lost Planet series.
Oh yeah.
Because they need to
That
fix-
was rough. I
Yeah.
remember that in PS3 days.
But there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
There was 3. So if they can fix the controls and relaunch that shit, I'd be down. Because it's a 4-player co-op game.
What's most I agree with you. I wouldn't be mad at that as long as they did it well, and I believe in Capcom wholeheartedly right now. What's most important though is you need to get Street Fighter 6 out into the wild, and it needs to be great.
That's probably not. I won't be surprised. That's probably next gen. I mean, there's
Which is next year or this year?
Yeah. So there's already there's a new version that came out. There's like a super fuck you in the ass fucking
Yeah.
arcade edition.
But I need 6.
Nah, that shit just came out like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess, but I'll wait to see what's gonna happen. There's some games that are coming out for the new system that I'm obviously Halo Infinite. I'm gonna be interested in that, but I don't plan on buying one of the consoles at launch. I usually never do. I usually wait a year for them to work out the kinks, work out the bugs. I know a lot of people that bought day one. They're having issues now. Like their PS4s are dying or they're really loud. Their Xbox Ones, their power brick. If you have the brick for the power, because you have the old unit, the power brick probably died, went out, versus the new ones where there's no brick. Shit like that. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to see what's going on. Plus the content. We'll see what's going to come out.
I might wait a day, but I'm jumping right up in that bitch because plus I can play my old library. Picture playing Monster Hunter with no fucking load screens.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, I'm there for that.
I mean, the Xbox One is already mostly backwards compatible already.
No, I hear you, and that was a slight on the PS4, even though it's still my favorite console of all time. But being able to backward compatible fucking enjoy some of these old titles with no fucking load screens or very quick load screens, that sounds interesting to me. I'll jump in.
So I guess a couple of things that are coming out is the new Watch Dogs Legion.
Yeah, that looks good.
That should be on. I guess that's on both platforms. The one that I want to
What do you
play.
mean both? There's 3 platforms.
I don't know.
Actually 4 technically.
Well, is Legion supposed to come out on the Switch?
I don't know, but there's PC too. So
Yeah. Well,
I think I thought that was a PC, Xbox, PS4 one. I think.
yeah, that's what it looked like.
I feel like Nintendo needs to they need to launch another console. Like they need to upgrade. They need to have like a Switch Pro. You know what I mean?
But did they do the light just
yeah,
this
they have
year?
the Switch Lite.
So that's the opposite.
Yeah,
They need
it
a Switch
is.
Pro.
Okay.
They doubled down on some nonsense.
You don't like the light?
No, it's like the worst parts of the Switch.
Oh, I mean, tell me. I don't know.
No, so I mean the Switch is cool because you can dock it and play it on your TV, but you can't really do it with the light.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's completely portable, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't want that. I mean, I guess it's good for people that are always portable or don't have a lot of money, but
Yeah.
I have money. So I would like to have a Pro, and I would like to see like I want to see a Nintendo console with like PS4, Xbox graphics.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But more PS4 though. I'm just saying. I mean, whether it's handheld or not, I really don't give a shit. Like, I really appreciate the fact that the Switch kind of changed the game, just like the Wii did. And with the Switch especially, that they're opening up the third party more. So keep cracking that door open and like make a dedicated like professional console. You can charge more. I don't give a shit. Like make it $500 and make it either bigger or console like at home only. And I think most people will be fine with that. But I don't think they're thinking in that direction because they're still selling. I mean, they outsold the fucking Xbox One. So I mean, I really can't complain, but I want to see them do better.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, the light's kind of the light is weird because what you think are the Joy-Cons, they're attached. Like you can't take them off.
And they still have fucking Joy-Con drift.
Oh, that's still. I thought they didn't fix that.
It's still a thing in the light. So I'm like, how do you have Joy-Con drift when they're connected?
Yeah.
So I mean, there's this game that I keep seeing that people are talking about is Godfall. It's supposed to be. I think it's a PlayStation and PC.
You talking about Greedfall?
No, Godfall. Have you seen the trailer?
I saw it.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer for Godfall. There's a Greedfall and a Godfall, I guess. And then there's Starfield. Starfield looks like that might be pretty sick. What I really want to play is the new Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six Quarantine. It's basically Rainbow Six meets zombies.
That sounds interesting.
I totally want to fucking play that fucking game.
Yeah, dude, I still play Siege all the time. You looking up Godfall?
Yeah, there's Godfall. Yeah, they have a pretty long trailer, but it looks interesting.
I think I've seen this.
It looks pretty interesting. Yeah, it looks like you're.
Oh yeah, but it's not. It was like Gearbox too. Yeah, I've seen this trailer. Yeah, I mean, it's a trailer, so I need to see like gameplay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you know what, Gearbox, even though don't get me wrong, Borderlands is dope, but they had what was the other one that I played?
Bloodborne?
No, not Bloodborne.
That was totally different developer.
You're talking about Battleborn.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ, they fucked that game up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So bad. I really wanted to like it, but the problem was, so think about playing like any sort of modern like first-person shooter, co-op, whatever. But every level that you played, you started your stats from 0. Like that was so fucking stupid. I'm like, what the fuck? And so when you're playing, you're online. You have to play the game online, and you would get your experience points. You had to like basically stop the game.
Yep.
To like go down a certain skill tree.
Yeah.
Every fucking level, and it's like really frequent. It's like this is so fucking dumb.
They I believe I saw a story last week where they shut down the servers for that.
Yeah, well,
and it was only like 3 years ago or something.
Yeah, could have easily fixed it.
The server shut down, I think, this week. I think
something like that.
Yeah, like
obviously, same with Evolve.
Like literally super soon.
Yeah, it's not a good.
Oh, Evolve is dead.
Yeah,
that sucked because that
was a long time.
I got that at launch.
I got it for free,
and that game was terrible.
Oh damn!
It was not like Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead was great.
No. Let's do this. I still am catching up on Mr. Robot.
What the fuck?
Me too. I'm behind on it too.
We'll put a pin on it because I finished it.
Yeah.
And it was a masterclass on how to make a goddamn TV show with a definite ending and no bullshit in the show.
Good shit. Did y'all already probably touched upon Mandalorian's ending?
I wasn't here if they did.
Did you touch upon it?
I don't think I did, but I watched the whole thing.
Let's fucking talk, man.
Well, he hasn't. Have you finished it?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Everybody's done on that one.
Oh, yeah.
It was definitely an enjoyable show.
Make the baby do that magic hand shit. I fucking died when Carl Weathers said that shit.
And we still have these stupid ass nerds that are saying it's not Yoda. Motherfucker, there is until somebody from the other side of the fence tells me that there's a name for Yoda's race, it's gonna be fucking Baby Yoda.
We've been through this. Literally during Guardians of the Galaxy. When Groot fucking died, which people still don't want to recognize, he died, and then there was Baby Groot.
Yeah.
And we called him Baby Groot. You know what I mean?
Dumbass nerds.
So,
dumbass nerds.
Yeah, Baby Yoda makes this. I love the fucking stormtroopers arguing
You know, it was Jason Sudeikis and somebody else.
No, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know. I didn't recognize the voice.
Yeah, Sudeikis and another comedian.
Forget
both
his name, yeah.
punching Baby
Yeah,
Yoda.
punch it, and then he bit one of their fucking hands.
When he
That's
punched
great.
Baby Yoda, I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. You got angry, right?
I got so mad. I was like, bro,
You can't do that.
why are you punching babies for?
Punch him several times too.
Yeah.
You know, but it just fucking works. Shout out to Gina Carano. She she was excellent in this.
She's still bad as fuck.
Yeah, she bad. She's thick. She doing it. I want to see more of her. And I'm also extremely happy that they brought back the IG 88 Hunter one and
IG 11.
or 11. Sorry, 88 was from Rogue One, right?
This is an Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, man, I
IG.
Which one was the one from Rogue One? The
Oh,
droid.
that was
That's totally different.
That's a different droid. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that one has the fat body.
That's right, okay.
That's K2SO.
I'm getting my fucking droids fucked up. But that Hunter droid fucking worked
Yeah.
quite well.
Yeah, he became the nurse droid.
Yeah.
I mean, Giancarlo, though, he came out, Moff Gideon, he had no fucks to give. They're all like, well, the two biker droids are talking about, or biker scouts are talking about, hey, this could be a minute. They're like, oh, he just shot somebody for interrupting him. They're like, oh, yeah, we're going to have to wait.
You know, it's funny, when me and Old Ninja went to Comic-Con, Giancarlo Esposito, he actually was coming back from filming.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And it's like, it's so funny, like, him in real life, he's like a character of himself. He's very, he's always on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Always animated.
He's not like the serious person that you see in like all the shows.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's
Oh, that's
like
good.
Like, because we were in like the the press line or whatever.
Yeah.
Taking photos or whatever for the press photos or whatever. And he like remembered like one of the photographers, and they're like bullshitting back and forth, and it's like he's a normal guy. He's like always on.
That's
He
fucking awesome.
I felt like there was a part, because he had his daughter with him, and I think she felt like he was kind of embarrassed because he was like he hammed it up for everybody there. So she was just like,
Your
"Let's
daughter
go,
should
Dad."
be embarrassed if you are a hammy kind of fucking dad. I mean, that's how it fucking works.
But he was still cool. I was like, I asked him, oh, dude, I know it's coming. He's all, it's coming for you. He's all, it's coming for you, baby. I'm like, I can't wait.
Yeah, super nice guy.
Yeah, he
Nice.
was. Mostly everyone was pretty nice. I don't
Wait,
think
hold
we
on.
had.
Let me pause real quick. Maybe it's because we were pressed. I don't fucking know.
he could be punching babies on his way
I
out.
don't fucking
Fuck
know.
them kids.
He was cool. It's just the press.
Yeah,
he was like,
could've been.
if you ask him a question, because you asked him a question, obviously
did.
about the show.
I asked him about the show.
Nothing to do with the boy, because he's in the boys. Mm-hmm. Nothing to do with the boys, and he was really cool about it. You know,
Nice.
He
so,
was.
nice guy.
Good
Totally
shit.
great. But yeah, it was Jason Sudeikis and Jester Mueller. These are the two stormtroopers that were punching Baby Yoda.
I love the fact this was an all-star fucking cast, and sometimes it was just like a one episode. Like Bill Burr was just one episode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then what's her name?
Oh, Ming Na Wen.
Yeah, she was one episode too, right?
Yeah.
How the fuck is
She's
she
the one
50 years old?
Yeah,
What
dude.
the
Still bad.
fuck?
She's
Still
over.
bad.
She's over 50.
God damn.
Who else? There's a couple others.
But
Maybe.
again, it fucking worked. This was the one that introduced at least me, and I'm not the biggest uber nerd on the lore stuff, so it probably was out earlier and I just missed it. But this is the first time I've seen the Force healing.
Oh yeah, it debuted before the Rise of Skywalker,
Okay.
so we can see people can't freak out and be like, oh,
It's a girl. She
yeah,
did
she did that. Now we see Baby Yoda do it first, and then Rey does it as well.
I think people I think the SJW, anti-SJW people need to just fucking calm down. I mean, there's some stuff, yeah, you're right. I mean, there's some stuff, but you need to stop putting on that anti-SJW filter on a fucking everything.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, just calm down.
Because Rey wasn't bad. She wasn't a terrible character.
No.
I don't know how you can twist it to be anti-Rey at all. Or from Rogue One.
Anti-Rose.
No, from Rogue One, what was my girl? Jenna Erso?
Gina
Yeah.
Erso, yeah.
Yeah, she was great too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when someone knocks it out of the park, regardless of their race or fucking what's between their legs, give them props. You know what I mean? Like, that's all there is fucking to it.
Motherfuckers just hating. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
there were
if-
so many people hating. They hated on Rose Tycho so bad. Her role was diminished in Rise of Skywalker.
Listen,
Now
and
people are more mad.
I didn't appreciate that. 'Cause I liked her character. I understand other people didn't, but to me, she was like a nerd. I'm like, oh, I get you.
Yeah.
But,
She was a nerd who was throwing pussy. Don't forget that, too. She was
They
thirsty.
They should have fucked.
Yeah, man.
They should have fucked.
Hey, you know what? They should have fucked even off screen and had an awkward kind of like, oh, I can't believe this bitch is still around. That would have been dope. But yeah, I wouldn't have minded at all seeing a little bit more of Rose, or at least knowing what she's been doing with the rebels during this fight or whatever.
I think the problem that happened was that I heard that they kind of wrote her sort of out, but I also think that the fandom kind of traumatized her as a person.
Yeah.
And that, to me, that's fucking sad to hear.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. There's some actors that I blame on. I forget the actress's name.
Kelly Marie Tran.
Yeah, she's Kelly Marie Tran. She's not a bad actor.
No.
It's just if you want to have a problem with the way she was written, that's fine. But don't come after the actual actress. It's not like she was fucking Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's a bad actor. And I will freely admit that shit.
Yeah.
She played a nerdy ass character in this show, and I think she did a good job about it. If you have a problem with that, go after the writers, not after the character.
The other thing is,
or the actors.
she's young and seems pretty fucking sweet. Like, when she's getting interviewed, I'm like, she's not a fucking cunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
20 years ago, I can't remember his name, but the actor who played Jar Jar, everybody hated Jar Jar.
Ahmed Best.
Yeah, he took all kinds of shit. This was early internet shit. You know what I mean? And then obviously live and in person, he actually thought about committing fucking suicide.
Yeah.
Based on the negative reactions that he was getting from the Star Wars fan base.
Oh,
that's-
same
and that's
with
just-
Jake Lloyd. Like, they came after a child. He was a child. People
He was young Annie?
Yeah, young Anakin, Jake Lloyd. They came after him hard.
And that's just writing. You know what I mean? It's not the actor or the actress.
Reevaluate your life if that's the case. You know what I mean? Like,
hard.
I hate Holdo. I couldn't stand her.
Yeah.
I don't hate Laura Dern. I'm not going at her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me
it's all
wrong.
bad.
I go after some actors and actresses because they've consistently been shitty.
Yes.
But it wasn't because it's because their acting was shitty.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because they were written poorly. The way they were writing some of these characters, they're just written poorly. Them as a person, it's fine.
We all got to fucking chill.
Yeah.
Just do.
I mean, I wouldn't mind more of Kelly Marie Tran's Rose in the Rise of Skywalker,
Same
but I still think I've never seen the Star Wars fan base be this toxic, like, ever, and I think it's been steadily worse since the prequels.
Can I just add one quick thing though, just for context? You got to remember, Force Awakens was a $2 billion movie. That had never happened before for Star Wars.
Nope.
Episode 1, up until just before The Force Awakens dropped, Episode 1 was the highest grossing, even though everybody hated it, highest grossing Star Wars movie worldwide.
True.
So the fan base between Episode 1, which was shitty, and The Force Awakens expanded exponentially. Like, even though it was a 70s franchise, it went through the roof in terms of brand new generation of people being exposed to it. Now, a certain percentage of them are just shitty human beings.
Yeah.
But it got so fucking big. It's not like your grandparents' Star Wars and whatnot. This is a huge, mega blockbuster franchise, and everybody brought their own fucking baggage with that shit.
Yeah, they did.
That's part of it.
So I've been talking to people who are fans of the entire Skywalker saga, and it's weird to me meeting people who grew up with the Phantom Menace. Like, for them,
Yeah.
the Phantom Menace was their Star Wars.
Yes.
They saw that first.
Yep.
And they were like 8 or 9 when that came out.
Yep.
And now they're in their 20s, and they're like, oh, the prequels were great. And I'm like,
Yeah, it's a
get it.
generational
Yeah,
thing.
so I'm like, okay, you were a kid watching this, so it was a kid's movie to you, and it was great. For me, it was like, this was sloppy, and it was like...
Except for the fight scenes. Everybody
Yeah.
talks shit about, like, one thing that the rest of Star Wars movies have not, I guess, done better is the fight scenes.
Yeah.
Even in, like, the most recent trilogy,
Yeah.
the fight scenes in the prequel movies, they fucking far surpassed every other fight scene.
Oh, yeah.
Far surpassed.
See, I remember the Darth Maul one very vividly, and I give that one
yeah.
props. I can't quite recall the ones from
Even
episode
with-
2 and 3 as well.
Even
Episode
with
2
Count
is-
Dooku,
Yeah, Count
fucking
Dooku
great
versus
fight
Yoda.
Yeah, versus Yoda.
Yeah, and
that shit
then-
was dope.
I'll go back.
Anakin versus Obi-Wan at the end of episode.
Yeah.
I have the high ground.
And
Yeah,
and then
I mean, that
Palpatine
fight
versus
scene.
Yoda.
Oh yeah, that's
like
at the
that.
same
I did
Those,
time.
like that.
those are
I did
epic.
like
Like
that.
the fight scenes were definitely far better in the prequels.
Dude, even with Obi-Wan and Yoda going back to the temple, they're fighting clone troopers. You see Yoda throw a saber, and they make short work of the troopers that are there. Like literally, there's bodies everywhere, and it's fucking just the two of them.
But everything else is pretty much shit.
So yeah, and it's just weird to me because a lot of people hang on to what is now called the Star Wars Legends, and they firmly believe that the Legend Star Wars is what Disney should be going off of. And I'm like, they told you in the beginning when they bought it that that's not canon no more, and you keep fighting for this to be canon. And you're not willing to let Disney tell their own unique stories now.
Let me tell you something really quickly. A lot of people are full of fucking shit. I realize that not every single one of these individual movies is everyone's favorite movie of the all time. I get
Yeah.
that. They're not my favorite movies of all time. But the box office receipts tell me that y'all are full of fucking shit.
Yeah.
2 billion, 1.6, and whatever this is going to end up, well north of $1 billion, maybe north of 1.4.
It'll probably be 1 point
You
something.
know what? I don't know a single Star Wars fan of any generation that hasn't watched every single movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
a single one.
Even you fuckers that said that you weren't gonna watch this after Last Jedi,
You fucking watched
someone's
it.
gonna take you. You gonna watch it, guaranteed.
3 movies north, collectively, a trilogy north of $4 billion. That,
Oh yeah,
Now, obviously, everybody's going to compare. Well, how does that compare to the Avengers? Yes, Avengers is still on top, but close second, right after Avengers.
Oh, yeah.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
In terms of this trilogy, and then you throw in Rogue One, which is over $1 billion as well.
but isn't Force Awakens that made more than Avengers? Did it not?
It made more than the first 2 Avengers.
Okay,
Yes,
so
but
Not
it,
Infinity Wars.
Not. Oh yeah.
Infinity War made $2
Infinity War
billion,
does.
and Force Awakens made $2 billion. They both made the same amount, and then Endgame took it to a whole nother level.
So in 5 days, Rise of Skywalker hit over 500 million worldwide.
Yeah.
5 days. That's like that's 100 million per day.
Yeah.
And then I guess it's over 700 million as of now. Could be more. I can double check right now.
But honestly, I think that if Disney, if they sat down and had some of the same strategists from the Marvel movies that sat down and like, listen, we're gonna do some fucking phases with Star Wars from now on.
Yep.
They already got Kevin Feige on deck.
Yeah, well, I mean,
There you go.
If they do the same kind of strategy with the Marvel movies, they could definitely eclipse, Endgame and Infinity Wars. I really think they could, but they need to have an actual strategy and not consistently changing directors and changing directions. They have to have one fucking vision, and you go towards that. Like, you build up, you have multiple movies that build towards the same story, and then you have like the final fucking nut bust, after like 10 years.
Yeah.
And they could definitely do something like really big in the box office. But I think that the main problem with this most recent trilogy was that you can definitely tell from these 3 movies that they were different directions.
Yes.
And they were 3 different. Well, I don't know if it's 3 different directors. I think it was, right.
Two different.
two?
Ryan Johnson in the middle and
JJ.
sandwiched by JJ.
Yeah, but you can definitely tell like people didn't like the second one.
Yeah.
So
That was a huge. I mean, holy
because
shit.
it was disrespectful from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a little bit. Like when he just threw his fucking lightsaber. I was like, what the fuck? Are you like for real right now?
Yeah. God
Fuck.
damn. Yeah.
So in 12 days, it's made 774 million.
That's
12
big hit.
days.
Big hit. All right, let's do this. Do we have any B&Bs?
Yeah, we did. We have one. Do you think we will see? This is from Warrior Fella. Do you think we will see more of the worst or more of the best things in 2020?
Ooh.
Who fucking knows? We could all blow up in fucking 2020.
I will say from this podcast, you will see the best of this podcast
Yes.
this year. Once the
2020.
Infinity Base is done, we're going to double down on the way we do things. And
Yes.
you're going to see more content. You're going to see better content. We're going to bring back interviews.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You're going to see like the way we were. Don't get me wrong. The podcast is still good now. But we used to do a lot more interviews.
Yes.
We used to do a lot more reacts. And we're bringing all that shit back this year.
Yeah,
Yep.
we
More giveaway. We're doing it all.
Yeah, we fucking missed the con this year, so there was an interview. We didn't go to WonderCon.
Yeah, that's true.
So-
we're gonna rectify.
Yeah,
we're
we
gonna
gotta fix
rectify a
that
whole
shit.
fucking lot. Now, the whole world. Who the fuck knows what's gonna happen in 2020?
Yeah, no
But,
fucking idea.
But it's
I mean, we have a big. There's the Olympics this year. There's an election in the U.S. this year, which is big. So who knows what the fuck?
We need to. I think we talked about it before. I think me and Stitch, someone in this podcast, we talked about it.
Oh, I think it was you two, you and the Oathbreaker.
Was it? We
Did what?
we need to do like a political podcast.
Yeah, you
okay.
can talk
We can do it.
political.
Yeah, we can do it anytime.
Like for real. Like I've been like so deeply into this election cycle. It's kind of insane. Like I've actually donated a lot of money
Nice.
this year. It's like I never donated to any candidate, but I have this year. I think I donated 10 times last year,
God damn. Yeah,
which
that's
is
good.
to the same candidate. So yeah.
Yeah, we can do it. All right. Were there any others?
That was the last one that I saw like in the chat. I'm not gonna look at anything
Yeah,
else.
All right,
no,
that's,
that's all.
that's all good. We're gonna save some stuff for when we have the full squad with us. Old Ninja, what you got populating this week?
So the fucking Witcher, I'm gonna fucking finish, I guess, this weekend because people fucking double down on
Gotta
bullshit.
toss a coin to him.
Yeah, dude. So I'm gonna finish The Witcher. I already finished Lost in Space. I'm gonna recommend that. Watch Lost in Space. Hopefully we'll be able to talk about it later
Season
on the
2.
cast. Season 2. Playing some Monster Hunter and definitely catching up because I bought a bunch of like DLC or games over on Black Friday that I haven't even gotten to.
Yeah.
So I need to go back. Like even Borderlands 3. I bought the whatever the edition that gives me everything, like all the DLC. I paid for that shit. So I haven't even gone back and done any. I didn't even finish
PS4
the campaign.
or PS3?
I have it on PS4.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Bro, I got so many fucking legendary shit for you.
Yeah, I just
Let's schedule some time. All of us.
yeah,
Let's get
I
on
just
there.
I haven't even finished the main campaign. I'm literally like
What
on
the
the
fuck?
I'm on the last mission. Same thing with Jedi Fallen Order. I'm on the last mission. Didn't finish it. I didn't finish Death Stranding. I didn't finish God of War. So my
Whoa.
thing.
Fuck is wrong with
I
you?
need to finish like all this shit. So
And
I
go to
finally-
Amazon.
This is why this is why you don't have a girlfriend, bro. You don't finish shit.
Bust
You
them
got,
nuts.
you gotta
wait.
finish her first.
That should just show you that my pull-out game is strong.
Oh,
there
too
you
strong.
go. Yeah,
No,
maybe a little
because
too
because
strong.
if she didn't finish,
Job ain't done.
just saying.
But yeah, I'm doing a lot of gaming this weekend for early 2020. I'm probably gonna see Rise of Skywalker again tomorrow. It'll be my third time. So
Oh, damn.
There you
Okay.
go.
Promise what you got.
I kind of want to go see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child again.
okay.
That was like that play was fucking dope.
Nice.
So I don't. They're here for a little while in San Francisco, and at the current theater. It was the venue was good. The whole I talked about it last episode, but it's like really good play. My favorite play of all time. It beat for me. It used to be the Wiz.
Oh
It
shit.
beat down the Wiz.
So
like,
both
easily.
K-Mac and your eldest daughter are huge Potterheads, right?
Yeah, they went.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, no. It's just being.
He's thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Think,
my oldest daughter. Yeah, she
damn,
went
you
there
had.
too.
Oh, were
Yeah.
you thinking who's the bigger Potterhead?
No. I was thinking like, who the fuck went? Yeah, my oldest daughter went too, and she loved it as well. And it was just like, you know, I read all the books, you know, except for like the Cursed Child because I knew I bought the book,
Yeah.
but then I opened it up and it was like a screenplay, and I was like,
Oh,
like,
Fuck outta here.
I'll just watch the fucking play because I don't want to read a playwright.
Nah,
I want to read a book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
A little different.
but the
Interesting.
play was so fucking good. The practical effects they had going on. It's 2 nights, so if you go to watch it, it's a 2-night event.
Whoa, you got to go back?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
And it's for a reason. So you know how normally like when you watch a movie that's based on a book,
Yeah.
you're like they left shit out.
Yeah.
They didn't leave shit out.
Oh, shit.
It's obviously because it was written as a play, but it's J.K. Rowling like writing a play. So it's like her legit story.
Damn.
So yeah, like the first night is like 2 hours, the second night is like 2 hours. So, and it's really fucking good.
So they did basically their own kind of Infinity War shit with the two-part ending.
Yeah, yeah.
shit.
And it was just like the shit they were doing on the stage, like live. They had people like doing like some Matrix shit
Oh, shit.
live. They had people like they had wire work. They had fucking. They were throwing spells that were like fire and shit.
How was that
shit,
Quidditch
crazy.
game, though?
They didn't really do any Quidditch.
Okay.
Yeah, but they could have.
Okay.
There's a semi Quidditch scene
All right.
in it, but it's not really. They don't do any like real Quidditch, but it's really good.
so wait, was Hermione black or not?
Yes, she's black.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people were mad about that.
Well,
too.
I mean,
Doesn't matter. It's a play. So
well, the thing was is that listen, I've read all the books,
Okay.
and so in my mind, like when I'm reading this, like nowhere in the book that I can remember did they say that she had dark skin.
Okay.
So it's weird for me to like see that she was. Well, it was just weird to hear that she was black. But when you watch the play,
Yeah,
it's
the
like,
problem goes away. right
it's
after you're
fine.
like,
Yeah, you don't give a fuck at all. You know, like that's Hermione. That's like basically the same character, but for her to, she kind of retconned her own shit. Because if you read the books, like I don't remember anywhere in the books where it's. I mean, somebody can definitely correct me.
Okay.
Where it said that she had dark skin, but in the play it works, so I'm fine with that. I don't think that her character it needed to be Caucasian because there's other characters in Harry Potter that were definitely of different ethnicities. Like Cho Chang, she was definitely Asian.
Don't they have Hogwarts-like schools all over the planet in the lore?
Well, even at Hogwarts type schools, like even in England. So,
okay.
Right, that Bo Batten's Academy and what was the other one? I can't remember the other one.
I've just seen I haven't even finished the last movie.
Really?
Yeah,
serious?
I need to do that.
dude, I went with K-Mac and Cronus to see that.
Yeah, we were waiting.
Yeah, we
a
went
while
to the
ago,
Centuries right back. We had to
wait
see.
in line.
We had K-Mac insisted we had to see we went on a Thursday or whatever opening day.
Yeah.
We had to go. She was insistent. I'm like, yeah.
I remember I was waiting in line, and then you guys caught up to me because I was waiting there. It was me and a bunch of teenagers. And I was like,
Yeah, dude,
this is awful.
that theater was packed.
Yeah.
It was super packed.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry, but real quick, people forget that's still Warner Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they've been helter-skelter with some of the DC movies. I get that. But they hit pretty fucking hard with them Potter movies, man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
and they're talking about making more books and movies.
Yeah.
Based on Harry Potter, and I'm like, with the Cursed Child, I get it. So the Cursed Child is based upon Harry Potter 22 years later after school. So he's I think he's 40,
okay,
and so he has I think 2 or 3 kids.
nice.
And this is about a kid that ends up getting put in the House of Slytherin.
Nice.
He's not his youngest kid. Sorry, he's his middle kid.
All right.
He gets put in a Slytherin house, and he becomes best friends with Draco Malfoy's son,
Oh, nice.
which is it's a big deal.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
I called who the villain was after the first break,
Yeah.
and I was right. But it's a well done. There's some good surprises in there.
Good shit.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm going to be doing more weeb hunting, and with my big coat on and my big ass hammer. I got to get the bow, and I think I'm going to try that. What was that melody? Fucking.
Don't do that. Gun lance.
Gun lance.
You need the
All
gun
right.
lance. Don't do the melody thing. If you want to be a tank, use the gun lance.
Gun lance. All right.
It's a fucking sword and a gun.
I feel like I should trust you on this game at this point. But
You
fuck
trust me with the hammer.
Yeah, you did. You
Trust him with your dick too. You fucking weeb.
Damn. Damn.
This is some dead guy shit. Good fucking shit. Oh, and do not forget. Try to watch a little bit on Netflix of that Sis Manos.
Oh.
We didn't talk about that. Also, it was actually really good. You ever watch, I think it's called Good Girls or something like that? Ooh. It's actually really good.
Is it anime too?
No. It's about, these American moms that decide to, start robbing shit.
Ooh, all right.
And they rob,
Yes. It's a movie. I know what
No,
you're
it's
talking
not a
about.
movie. It's a series. It's a
Oh,
series.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's called Good Girls or something like
Yeah,
that.
it is called Good Girls.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
It's actually really good.
I'll check it
Yeah,
out.
because it's a bunch of sort of poor. Two are definitely poor. One sort of has some money, but they have money problems, and they decide to rob a grocery store, and it gets ridiculous from there.
Good
Yeah.
shit.
Your girl, Christina Hendricks, is in it.
Yes.
Oh, titties McGee. All right, take us out.
So at BTHAM BTI all over Twitter. You can find us on Twitch, Player FM, Stitcher, Spotify now, and then
We ain't gonna make it.
official website.
We gotta bullshit some more.
I was gonna say we got it.
We didn't get it.
Well, since we got a little bit more time, do not forget, if you want a fucking free game, hit us up on goddamn Twitter at BTI, and you will get a free copy of PS4's Monster Hunter, and you can hunt with the squad.
Yes.
Yeah, well, at least part of the squad.
And
there you go.
I will definitely mail it to you. This is Cronus speaking. The first person that hits us in the DMs on BTI, I'll send it to you.
Free shit.
We should.
on Twitter.
Yeah.
Free shit. You should be doing that right fucking now. You're at a computer.
Oh wait,
Or your phone.
Should we give the email address as well, or no?
Yeah, sure. It's bthanbti@gmail.com. That's bthan. That's BTHAN
BTI.
BTI@gmail.com.
There you go. And then our official website, benhadproductions.com/BTI as well. And then we're on Amazon and Radio Republic. I think I missed those. And then on Twitch as well. We're probably slacked out because of the holidays, but be on the lookout for us weeb hunting and some Jedi stuff and some other shit.
No, I'm going to look up Finn and Rose porn and Finn and Ray porn. I'm going to do that tonight.
You probably won't see Finn and Ray. You'll see Finn and Poe.
The internet has never let me down. I'm going to find it.
Finn and Poe.
Especially not them hentai sites. I'm just saying.
Oh.
They know what to do. They know what they're doing.
That's all bad.
And thanks for watching. Happy New Year with no S.
2020.